Welcome everybody to the Five Kings Motorsports YouTube channel. I'm your host Tanner Marr tonight. A little bit of change of plans. We were supposed to be racing tonight. As you know, we got the big summer class 250 out on track tonight. We got drivers out there qualifying right now, trying to lay down the fastest lap. These boys out here are racing for $300. It was a $15 buy-in for a chance to win $300. Sounds pretty good in my book. We're at Phoenix Raceway tonight in a custom fixed setup provided to these boys by none other than the boys over at Five Kings Motorsports. Got a little bit of a special guest up in the booth with me tonight. We got Mr. Jason Raymond, a fellow Five Kings Motorsports driver. Jason, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. So a little peek behind the curtain. I said I needed to go run, get me a drink, and came back, went live, and I'm out of breath. But we're doing good. We can't complain. You know, got a good night of racing here at Phoenix. I love this track. It's a really fast track in these modifieds, and man, I think we're gonna have a show tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. These guys, they're in for a treat here. It's a pretty cool track. You'll notice though, coming off the turn two, it's different than all the other short tracks. Still, there's a lot of room to spread out, which is probably one of my favorite things about this racetrack. You got like a lot of room to make passes. Very high speeds going through there, but got to watch out for that too, because it could get a little iffy going into that little dog leg down there.
Yeah, so that's always something that I love about this track is that dog leg, and what he's referring to when we say the dog leg. This is the new version of Phoenix, what they're racing in NASCAR. The only difference is we don't have an updated version on where the restart zone and the green flag, or the basically we'll call it the start finish line, it's actually positioned in the dog leg in real life. But like we see right now with Dalton Kilroy, he is going to elect to cut that track in half right there because it is faster. But there's one thing you don't notice when you're sitting here watching this way. Sorry, I had a text message. One thing you're not noticing is just how aggressive that transition is from the racetrack to the banking right there when they hit that apron. And I mean, we saw it Thursday night in a practice race. If you're not careful, you can upset the car and unload the chassis. And the next thing you know, you're going around.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's something to be watching for tonight. We're gonna see a lot of drivers go down there, try to make some passes, but like I said earlier, it could get a little iffy going down there. We saw Thursday night in the practice race, people were spinning out trying to get a good run down into that dog leg, and once you get loose in these cars, there's nothing you can do. Once you're sideways, you're just along for the ride at that point, and kind of just gotta hope you don't slam the wall and destroy the car. But you know, we'll find out how well these drivers can handle it tonight.
So currently looking for Thomas Axel in that 13 machine. He's a guy that we see a lot of on Tuesday nights. He's won 3 races this season thus far. Currently sitting P2 on the board, sitting right behind Dalton Kilroy. And they got just 1/100th of a second separating them as far as fast time goes. So these drivers are actually picking up a little bit of time from the fastest lap that they had during practice tonight, which is interesting to see because you only get 10 minutes to come out here and open qualifying to set your fastest lap. And they had an hour during practice, and that shows that it's go time these 10 minutes now. Now they're really, it's nitty gritty. They're buckling down and they're hitting their marks and they're trying to get every little bit out of that car. And that shows whenever they're going faster than their practice laps.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think another thing helping with that is I think like it looks on the backstretch that it's starting to get a little shaded over. So with the sun not beating on the track fully, it's cooling off a little bit, makes these cars a little easier to drive, and maybe that's helping them get some more speed out of that car.
So that's something else that we haven't talked about yet. So the current track temp right now, it's 81 degrees. That's not really hot considering they are out in the desert, but it is still daytime out here in the desert. And this track, it's going to go into night as the time goes, and then it's going to start cooling. It's going to have that cool desert air on it then. And that's when the track's going to be really, really gripped up. So then that also leads me to think, what about tires? You get basically you get 2 sets of tires for 250 laps here tonight. And so that makes you think, do you want to split that and go 125 on one set and then another 125? But what if a guy comes out here and he does 200 laps on the first set and then only 50 laps with the second set? That guy that stretches out and takes that set of tires the latest in the race, he's going to be looking the best when it comes time for that checkered flag to wave.
Oh yeah, for sure. Tire wear here is going to be a big part of how these cars are rolling at the end. Definitely going to be a strategy race. You know, usually when you think of modified races, there's not too much strategy to be played, but 250 laps, it's a long race here. So I'm looking forward to it, seeing how pit strategy is going to affect everyone. Hopefully it'll be a good race to watch.
I think it will be. And I think as this time starts to wind down, these drivers, I mean, I'm starting to hear them. They're getting a little bit chippy on the iRacing voice chat because they know. I mean, you want to start up front. If you're up front, that's the least amount of cars out your windshield. So then you know if somebody is direct, they're going to be behind you if you're up front. So, I mean, these drivers are really, really pushing it right now. I've watched Axel in that 13 machine. He's actually self-spun twice where he's finding that ragged edge with his machine, and he's actually overstepping the boundary a little bit. But that's a good thing because he's learning just how hard he can push the car before it finally does start to step out and spin out on him.
Yeah, another thing to touch with, you said there's not a lot of cars out the windshield. Another thing, with modifieds, it's hard to see out the windshield. They got a big air cleaner sticking up. It kind of blocks half, but you can only see straight ahead of you. You can't see to the right, or even like if there's a car halfway to your outside, you can't see anything. This is just a straight ahead race car.
I'm now sharing my screen with you, Jason, so you'll be able to see what they're seeing, but you're exactly right. So as we're looking at this car right here, it's okay if there's a car further out in front of you, but it becomes a problem when you're racing hard, either side by side with another driver, or you're right on the back end of the driver that's in front of you, because then it's hard to tell that clearance distance between y'all. And I mean, that air filter, it's there for a purpose, but man, it's really intrusive if you're the driver behind that wheel.
Yeah, it makes it interesting, you know, kind of gives you you have to be a little more conservative with these cars, because along with that air cleaner right there, they got a big metal bumper that sticks out the front of the car. They can't see that from inside, so if they get into somebody, it's probably that bumper right there that you're seeing. And it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if people are going to try to be aggressive with that bumper, or you wait and save it till the end, because, I mean, I'm sure we're going to see that being used tonight, for sure.
250 laps here tonight, boys. Tour Modifieds at Phoenix Raceway. Going to be a great, great show. I'm really, really excited for it. Excited to finally have this day here. We have promoted it and promoted it and promoted it for the last 3 months, and I'm bummed we didn't get a professional broadcaster. I really am bummed. It stressed me out all day. I've been on the phone, messaging, talking to people, and just could not make it happen. So I decided, hey, I'll volunteer. I'll do it. But I would much rather be out there racing, beating and banging with these boys, because we got some of the fastest modified drivers there is across all iRacing. If you was to sit here and tally up iRatings from this one lobby, it would probably blow somebody away. The amount of caliber type drivers we have out here, and I mean they're racing for more than just money. You get these type of drivers out here on the track, and I'm not saying any of them are full of egos, but you get these type of drivers out here, and more than just the money, they want to beat each other because they're beating somebody that actually they know in their mind is super fast when it comes to iRacing, and especially super fast when it comes to these modifieds.
Yeah, it's along, like you said, with the money, it's for bragging rights. I feel like it's gonna get a little. There's definitely gonna be some tempers tonight. People want this win so bad for, I would say, maybe even bragging rights more than the money. Like, I know money helps with everything, but I feel like bragging rights is a big thing.
So we went over the money aspect just a little bit. If you win tonight's race, you win $180 right there. $180 right there, no matter what. So, I mean, that's a good night's worth of racing to win $180 just doing your hobby.
I will not be clearing any black flags.
As we hear Joshua Sexton. Shout out to Joshua Sexton right now. He's being a angel in the sky, doing voluntary race control for me tonight. Going to try to keep these boys in the check. It's a very, very thankless job. Nobody's ever happy with race control. Race control can never make everybody happy. So
long way to
I
go.
expect some interesting,
And
interesting debates after this race, I'm
we
sure.
allowed EOLs at the beginning.
As we see qualifying being wrapped up here, got about 15 drivers here to take the grid. So let's do a rundown of this lineup we got here. So starting on the inside pole for the Summer Clash 250, we got the driver the number 41 Daddios modified, Dalton Kilroy with a time of 28.377. Thomas Exum outside pole, time of 28.378. So only 1/1000th of a second between first and second. Then we got Chris Carroll, Eric Baker, and Daniel Hinder to round out the top 5. Kyle Knapp Sr. in 6th. Tommy Gossett in 7th. 8th place, we got Robert Warnes with a 28.483. Scotty Stevens starting P9. Nicholas Casey started 10th on the outside of Scotty Stevens. Behind them, we got David Vietti in 11th, 28.494. Jonathan Tuckness in 12th. Christian Pittman back in 13th. Daniel Lawrence in 14th. And rounding out the field, the painting god himself, Michael Falk, with a time of 28.854.
There you have it. So we got just 15 drivers out here tonight, but I promise you it's 15 of the best modified drivers. You hear them, they're revving them engines up. They are ready to go. They want that pace truck, that beautiful Silverado to make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. So, because these boys, they want to get out here. They want to unleash the beast, we'll call it. That poor pit road cone gets abused again every time.
Oh yeah, you'll see that cone go flying a lot tonight, especially since, like we touched on earlier, that cone's on the dog leg, so it's gonna be flying all around the place. So that's gonna be, I don't know, I might have to watch the cone, see where it ends up sometime.
Shout out to some of the unsung heroes out here too. What about all the painters that paint these cars? Look at all these fine, beautiful machines we have out here. And we have one of the painters, Michael Falk himself, but the green flag is getting ready to fly for the Summer Clash 250 here at Phoenix Raceway. Brought to you by Five Kings Motorsports. Dalton Kilroy, he's going to get a decent jump, but Thomas Axum is going to be right there able to follow, along with Chris Carroll in the 3rd place spot going into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, we see Eric Baker filing down onto the inside. Inside's definitely a place to be here, you know. There's you can run the outside, but you don't carry as much momentum as the guys on the inside. You can get into the corner a little harder on the inside. But as I'm saying that, I mean, Thomas Axum is super tough on the inside of Dalton.
Yeah, these drivers are still side by side, and you're right. 1 and 2, you definitely want to be down low, but 3 and 4, you can make it work on the outside just by getting that momentum down the back stretch, or the front stretch. Sorry, I'll get that mixed up because NASCAR and this is backwards. And there you see the drivers, they're going to cut that dog leg really hard. They're trying to cut every 10th off their lap they can. As you see these drivers further on back in the pack, they're starting to try to get themselves single filed out.
Yeah, tough racing all the way throughout the field right now. We got double file still even towards the back.
Ooh, Scotty Stevens getting a little bit loose. He's going to save that machine, keep it from hitting the wall, but ultimately going to lose some lap position right here, or track position.
Yeah, you know, I mean, track position is important here. It really is super important at this track, especially. But it's a long race, so if I'm Scotty, I would just kind of settle in. You know, one mistake's not going to hurt you that bad on lap 3. So just kind of settle in, keep consistency, try to save the tires, and then just be there at the end.
So a wise man once told me that I used to broadcast with, to finish first you got to finish. And I mean, that's what you got to do in these 250 lap race. What you want to do first, you just want to start clicking off laps, getting their momentum, and just click off laps. Get closer and closer to that mountaintop of 250 laps. That's a long race here tonight. I mean, they're turning about 30-second laps, so we're going to be here with you, bringing you to action for a while, folks. That's Five Kings Motorsports. You can give us a like on Facebook. We're closing in on 1,500 likes, and we appreciate each and every one of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. All the support from everybody. It's, definitely gives all of us a boost here. But back to the racing action. We got some passing for second right now. Eric Baker goes underneath Thomas Axum down the dog leg. See if we'll be able to complete the pass. Not quite there yet, as he does clear him going into turn 3.
So we saw this on Thursday night in the little fun run practice race we had, Jason, and you were actually out there on track, and Eric Baker, he was really stout, and we thought maybe he was just stout on the short runs, but No, he proved us wrong. He was stout during the short runs, long runs. It didn't matter. He was really, really fast, and he's going to be a driver to contend with here tonight, I think, as these laps start to go.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was super fast on Thursday. I mean, he's showing it again tonight. He's here to win. He's not he's in go mode right now, and it's only lap 6. So later in the race, I don't even want to see what he's gonna be like. He's gonna be a major threat. I'd be scared if I was some of these other drivers.
Daniel Hendry, that's another fellow Maconi setup shop driver right here. Like to see him out here supporting the series and supporting Jeff Maconi. He's a guy that does a lot for the community. Yes, he does sell setups, but it's further more than just that. Like I said, he does so much outstanding work for the community. And we see his driver right here, Daniel Hendry, in that 71 machine. I think he's currently just pacing himself because, man, I've turned a lot of laps, probably over thousands of laps with Daniel, and I know just how fast that driver is.
We got a pretty good race going on back here around the 9th through 11th spot. These drivers are all super close, racing super hard, as we just saw the cone get absolutely obliterated.
They're actually 3 wide coming out of the dogleg, boys. That's going to be scary going into turn 3. It's scary at Talladega, but it's even more scary at Phoenix Raceway, I promise you. As we see David Beatty, he's actually going to try the crossover move on Christian Pittman, not able to ultimately make it stick, as you see Christian Pittman actually fighting for a position right now with Jonathan Tuckness on his outside.
See if he can make the move down to the dog leg here. Jonathan Tuckness hanging strong on the outside. Here's Pittman again.
So
Pittman dives to the inside again, going, this is a good battle back here. You have 3 cars under a blanket.
And now people at home, they may be wondering, why are you battling so hard at the start of the race? And it's because track position. If they just get out here and they ride for 200 laps out of 250, that's going to put them in a big hole. So you do need to try to get position whenever you can. So if you see that driver in front of you slip up or go high, as you see Pittman, so he's giving Tuckness a shove through the dog leg right now. But you want to try to get every spot you can, because it makes it a lot easier on you in the end when you're not trying to pick off 15 different cars trying to make your way to the front.
Yeah, for sure. This is one of the harder tracks to pass at. I mean, it's possible to pass, obviously, as we've seen multiple times. But like Tanner was saying, the position is huge here. It could save your race. It could prevent you from being involved in a wreck. Towards the end, people in the back are going to start getting super aggressive, and who knows? Maybe that could cause a huge wreck, and we don't want to see that, but it is possible. As we jump back up to the front, we got Eric Baker looking at the inside of Dalton down the front stretch, down into turn 1. Eric's actually on the inside of Dalton now, with Thomas Axum right behind. Follow Eric's footsteps.
Sorry, I had a slight mishap there, but yeah, Eric Baker's able to make the pass, and he's trying to bring Thomas Axum in that 13 machine. I myself think Dalton has the preferred line coming down out of turn 4 here, being on the high side. He's going to get that draft from the 33 machine up in front of him, but that's not going to shake Thomas Axum in that 13 machine. He's going to dive it in there and take that spot. P2 Thomas Axum.
Great move by both of those drivers to get up to first and second. We saw the draft, as you touched. You would think, modifieds doesn't have a lot of aerodynamics, open cockpit. It's a huge part of these cars at this track. It could really help you if you had a driver in front of you willing to work with you. Draft is actually a thing here.
It definitely is. It was so we noticed when we were testing and practicing, it's about the difference between a 10th. So I mean, a 10th don't sound like a whole lot, but you put that 10th on the racetrack when you're faster than somebody, and man, oh man, that adds up quick. As we actually see Thomas Axum looking underneath the 33 machine of Baker now, going to try to make this pass coming out of turn 4. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it stick or not. Baker's going to have that preferred line, and Baker was able to clear Thomas Axum again. But man, we got 2 drivers right here. They're wanting to get some laps led here at the Summer Clash 250.
Just go ahead and go.
Super hard racing up front. As we go back on through the field, we see pretty much people starting to spread out, kind of get settled in. Still early on in the race. We're going back. Yeah, I mean, pretty good distance between all drivers here. Just taking it kind of easy earlier on, so you don't burn up your tires or end up wrecking yourself.
Sorry to interrupt, Jason, but something's going on with Christian Pittman in the 8 machine. We saw him duking it out with David Beatty and Tuckness, and he just let both of them drivers by and told them just to go on. And he was really slow on the backstretch. Maybe he got loose or something out of turn 2. We just didn't catch it, but that's something to watch. These drivers, as the laps start to go, they're going to start leaning on that right rear more and more and more. And before you know it, that car is going to get loose. And like you said earlier, once it hits that point of not saving it, you're just along for the ride then. So you just got to be careful using that right rear. So he either is pacing himself and just trying to conserve some tires, or he already got loose.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, hey, we'll never know. But I would say, I don't know, maybe he is saving tires. Maybe he's just playing the smart route with this one, trying to let the other guys go up there, maybe have them not be aware that they only have one set. Some drivers may not know that, so they could be pushing super hard right now. And
there's $300 on the line. If they don't know they only have one extra set in the pits, they're at the wrong spot. Man, you can throw a blanket over these top 3 drivers up front right now. They're nose to tail, and they all saved the cone that time. So the cone was safe that time, but you see Thomas Axum, he is right on the bumper of the 33. He's doing everything but knocking, saying, honey, I'm home. So this is going to heat up here in the front.
As you're saying 3, I went back through the field. Chris Carroll is closing in on the back bumper of Dalton Kilbro right now. So it could be a 4-way battle in a very short amount of time, maybe 1 lap, 2. But they're getting closer. Oh, there goes the cone.
So Chris Carroll, he's a driver from our Monday night super late model series, excuse me. And he is super fast, and he told me he wanted to do this race, and then as soon as he told me that, he said, so I've never done very many races in the modifieds. I'm not sure how I'll do. And my exact words was to him, you're fast enough, you have good racecraft. I think once you get out there, start turning laps with these boys, I think you'll be just fine. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's just fine right now, running P4, tracking the leaders down.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We were talking to him a little bit earlier before we started the broadcast. He really was not looking forward to it. I mean, he was looking forward to it, but he was having a hard time. He couldn't figure it out. He was struggling. He couldn't tell why everybody else was so fast here. And I think he figured it out because, like you said, he is closing on the top 3 drivers.
And kudos to these drivers coming out here. I knew it would be good racing when you get the caliber of drivers we have out here. But we're almost 22 laps in, and not a single caution has flew. Maybe my expectations should have been set higher with these caliber of drivers, but I'm pleasantly surprised to see that. Good job. Now I may have jinxed it, but
the broadcaster's curse.
Yep, and we're going to do something we hardly ever do because of the broadcaster curse. Mr. Jason Raymond, give me your pick. Who wins tonight? 22 laps in, can't change it at lap 250. Who wins tonight?
I know he's kind of in the back right now, towards the middle of the pack. I'm gonna go with Scotty Stevens. I know he's fast here, and I feel like he's one of the drivers that knows how to conserve stuff. I feel like he'll be there at the end.
I'm gonna go with the number 71 machine of Daniel Hendry. I think he'll be a driver to watch whenever the fireworks start flying around lap 250.
As we were touching on our drivers to watch here, we got 9th, 10th, and 11th right now. And even 12th. They're battling back here. We just saw a pass for 10th. David Bietti took 10th away from Jonathan Tuckness, actually. Now he's fallen into the clutches of Christian Pittman down the front straightaway.
So whatever problem Christian Pittman may have had earlier, he has it solved out and he's ready to go. As you see David Bietti looking underneath Warrens, and Warrens is in the 95 machine, if I do. Yes, sir, 95. So the racing's getting hot and heavy throughout the pack, but what you're seeing here, you look out their windshield out front. We'll go to Warren's cockpit real quick. I want to show y'all. Look out in front of that driver there. Out in front of Robert Warren. Look how far the pack's ahead of him. So the guys behind him, they're ready to go, because the further and further that pack in front of them gets, you're start getting in lap down territory, and you got to be careful of that. So if Robert Warren's, I know he's super fast as well, if he is saving his equipment with all them guys beating down his back door, I think it's time to get on the loud pedal.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, you want to save your equipment, but you can't be too conservative, or else you're just gonna fall back, and it's hard to make up time here when you're alone. Although the other guys haven't draft, even battling it's still hard to catch. Usually drivers start battling at short tracks, like mile and a half, not even my bad, half miles. That slows them down a lot. But here, I feel like it kind of helps them because they have that draft. So if you're alone, then it's going to be very hard to make up a lot of track position behind you.
Yeah, I think you want to be single filed out though. You definitely don't want to be side by side racing because then you're not able to ever actually put the power down and get moving. As we see Eric Baker actually key up in iRacing, I think. Oh, we've had a pass for the lead that we missed. Apologize to Thomas Axum in that. And Chris Carroll in the 99 machine, he's looking down low. He's on the apron. That's not where you want to be at in 3 and 4. You can do it a little bit, but you can't ask a whole lot. You're playing Russian roulette. At the 71 and the 41 make slight contact. We're 28 laps in, and these boys are racing with the gloves off already.
Yeah, they're getting aggressive here. I saw 3 cars break away from the 4 cars break away from the field, and now there's 6 cars battling it all out. And I don't understand. I want to go back and look at that. They caught really quickly. I wasn't watching, but kind of impressive.
It is. We got some drivers getting really mad throughout the back of the pack, and I like seeing it. That means they have passion. And we got, I mean, man, Baker has his hands full with not only a fast hot rod, but some cars behind him as Thomas Axum just killed the cone. That poor cone ain't going to stand a chance tonight. Kudos to iRacing for standing it up every time we come back around. As you see Chris Carroll, he's looking to make that pass again. So I think what we're seeing right here, Eric Baker, he got up there and led some laps, and he may have asked a little bit too much out of his tires because now he's getting hounded by these drivers behind him. And if you look out in front of them, Thomas Axum, he's loving it. He's looking at his mirror saying, keep on racing, boys. Chris Carroll gets a little bit loose, got down that apron again. That's going to allow Daniel Hendry and that 10 machine of Tommy to
4 wide right now.
To get there. Slight contact between the 2 drivers. They're going to have to settle it down if they want to be here at the end.
Usually 3 wide's a lot to ask with these modifieds. We just saw these drivers going 4 wide here. That's what I was touching on earlier. There's a lot of room to swing up to.
I mean, they are racing hard right now, trying to figure out who is going to be in 3rd place to try to chase down Eric Baker and Thomas Axum in that lead dog spot. Right now, Tommy in that 10 machine, he's looking pretty strong. He's made his way up through the field, made a few passes, and that's allowed him to get right on the back of Dalton right now, but he can't rest. He has Daniel Hendry and then Chris Carroll, who we saw slip back a little bit right behind him.
Yeah, all these drivers are super close. They're pretty even in speed right now. As we see Tommy trying to peek out a little bit underneath Dalton, wasn't able to get a run. Dalton was able to clear him going down into the dog leg, but these drivers always wait. He's gonna make a look to the outside.
That's a power move right there. If you try to make a look to the outside, he may try to cross over this driver if he's able to get the angle. He's not, but he's going to get side by side with Dalton right here. We got a spinner wreck on the track somewhere. I'm hearing Pittman say it. We do have a wreck on the track somewhere. I'm not
Kyle, I think it was Kyle Knapp.
Heads up.
I'm gonna go back and look
it
and try to
was.
find it for you.
Can you go take a look at that? Like, this guy just short for no reason.
Short track tempers are starting to come out, and
No, you turned into me.
it's only lap 34. These guys are racing hard. There's some short track tempers going.
There is. If we go back to the leader, that's a tough break for Kyle Naps. I'm not sure what happened, what transpired there, but I know we have 2 other drivers not happy. But look out front. If this isn't a familiar sight, I don't know what it is. Thomas Axum leading the train.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a familiar sight. He's super good, but I feel like it's a waiting game. Like, it's still super early on, so you can't get too excited about it or too worried about it. As we see Dalton, Kilroy, and 10 car of Tommy Gossett battling it out back here.
I mean, we've already seen it. If you go up there and you lead a bunch of laps, that's good. That's good to get TV time. But I think you're asking too much out of your tires, and we saw that with Eric Baker. Although Eric Baker's still holding on really strong P2, but I think if these drivers right here between Dalton and Tommy and Chris Carroll, if they ever sort it out and get back to single file, I think they'll be able to get back to Baker's bumper. And then look right there behind him at 71, Daniel. He's just kind of waiting. He's like almost like a rattlesnake right now. He's just sitting there waiting for them boys to sort it out, and then he's going to try to make his move.
As we see a pass back there for position number 8 and 9. It was Jonathan Tuckness and Christian Pittman back there. Jonathan got around Christian going into the dog leg. because we heard once again Pittman said go ahead and take it low. So we're not sure if he's having issues or if he is just playing the conservative route.
I think Pittman's just chugging along, just ticking off laps. I don't think he cares where he's at on the track right now, because in his mind he knows that this green flag run won't continue. But he's not seeing this up front. These guys, yes, they are battling, but they're not doing it recklessly, meaning they're not bumping and running each other. They're not leaning on each other, and that's when cautions come. As they're still kind of talking to each other. I'm not sure. So I have my sound cut way down. Ooh, we got contact in the back, and yeah, caution is out. I just saw that.
You checked up on purpose and brake checked me.
David Beatty, and Robert
Slowing down
Lawrence.
for the corner.
I just want to apologize. I was trying to find this contact here. I want to apologize for our name pronunciations, for butchering your name. I want to apologize for that.
Oh, I'm
We're
a
lap 38 of
dumb
250.
redneck from Kentucky, okay? I'm doing the best I can. I mean, we're just being straight up honest. Let's watch this contact right here. Let's see what transpired between Beatty and Warren's here. So you see they're going down, going to go into turn 1 and 2, and so we're going to go back. I don't think Warren's knew Beatty was there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like he tried to.
as
Maybe
you
he's
see,
clear.
as you see right here, right now, Warren's is clear. I mean, he thinks in his mind, and I'm sure his spotter has not even said car inside. And then Beatty just kind of closes that gap. And when he did, I mean, ultimately, Beatty got the wrong end of the stick there. But luckily, got no contact, was able to save that machine and not get any contact. He is electing to go down pit road here.
Oh, a lot of drivers going down pit road right now.
I think
talking about the rack.
we're seeing fuels right here.
Yeah, fuel stops. You definitely need fuel. You can't make it the whole way.
Alright guys, that caution is on number 16 for initiating contact. Please let me know. You'll receive an EOL. Let me know when it's 2 degrees.
There you go, David Beatty. Just to be transparent, race control deemed him at fault for that contact, which I totally agree with. EOL to the 16, but don't let that shake out anything because it's still a long race.
I'm watching the race off pit road right now. I'm not sure if some drivers are. I'm not sure what's happening right now. There's some drivers still on pit road as everybody else is rolling off.
Well, I think we see it every week, Jason. I think the drivers we still have on pit road here, I bet they are electing to fill that car back up with fuel, so they don't have to do
True,
it
these
later.
cars do take a very long time to fuel completely.
Yeah, the way their fuel works, I'm not sure if it's gravity fed or what, but the way their fuel works, it's really, really slow on these cars. It's a process if you go to try to add 5, 6, 7 gallons. But tough break for David Beatty in that 16 machine to catch that EOL, but luckily it happened on lap 40 instead of lap 240, so you still got plenty of time to come back to the field. I want to go out on a limb and say nobody took tires there, but a driver I do notice lost a lot of positions is Dalton Kilroe. I mean, he was battling within the top 5, and he's shown P11 now.
Yeah, we got Eric Baker back there with Dalton, even Chris Carroll. So those drivers were all top 5 before the caution came out. Now they're in the back of the pack, so maybe we saw some different strategy. Maybe they did elect to take those tires super early in the race.
I don't think so.
To
Unless
be
it was a
honest, I'm
mistake.
not sure why they would. Yeah, it could be a mistake. That is very possible. I've done that. A lot of people have done that.
I mean, it's very easy to pull into your pit stall and forget to uncheck your tires. I'm sure every one of us have done it before. I just see the painter, Michael Falk, in that 31 machine. He is still on pit road. I'm not sure.
I'm looking at his car right now. He's got some front bumper damage.
Oh, okay.
Not sure what happened to Michael.
As the lights
Got
are
some-
off on that beautiful, beautiful pace truck, we're getting ready to go back to green flag action. That
Yeah, I know it doesn't have
caution. Do what?
Go ahead.
No, you're
Go
good.
ahead. I was just gonna say, I know it doesn't have anything to do with the race, but I'm just looking at this sunset, man.
It's beautiful, man. Whenever they come to the dog leg, it's like, I don't know. It's just the color it's putting on the track is beautiful. As we see if Axel in that 13 machine coming off his caution break, if he's able to climb back up to where he had about a good almost second gap as he fires off, and the 10 fires off pretty good as well, but the rest of them seem to be sleeping.
Oh, as we hear checking up, and we have to hear drivers say check up in the high lane, so not sure what happened. Somebody didn't come up to speed. Not sure if they missed a shift or maybe they have damage they don't know about, but that's definitely something to keep an eye on as we go later into this race.
As my pick in that 71 has currently made his way up to P3, and don't look too far, but that's Scotty Stevens in the 02. That's your pick. He's currently rolling P4.
Oh yeah, he's working his way up there. Like I said, I feel like he's trying to be conservative right now. And you've got a pretty good restart there. As you see, single filing out start to happen. Besides Dalton Kilrow back there in P9, just on the outside through turn 1 and 2, battling with Nick Casey and Eric Baker back there.
So Dalton in the 41, he qualified on the pole. Something transpired on pit road. He either filled the car up and lost all them spots, or he may have elected to sit there and wait to lose all them spots. Something transpired, he lost all them spots, and that's put him behind the 8 ball. Now he's got to try to work his way back up through the field. But you got to do it carefully, and you got to do it with patience.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can't be too aggressive, especially lap 45. Start to push some other drivers around. It's super early. They're not going to be too happy with that, so just kind of not making enemies this early on. But touching on, not sure if he tried to stay back and like wait in the pits. Maybe it could be something as simple as slid through his pit stall. We didn't think of that. What if he could have slipped through his pit stall? That does kill him.
As he's currently battling Tuckness. Tuckness has done this a few times this race. Has hung on great on the outside of drivers, and he's looking really strong right now as they fight their way through the dog leg coming in 3 and 4. But I think Dalton's going to get the spot here. Yes, he's able to clear that driver. As you see, Tuckness currently following in the tracks of Dalton Kilrow in that 41 machine. And also another front runner, Jason. Eric Baker is back there as well in that 33 machine.
I'm not sure. Maybe they had a strategy to kind of go to the back. We know it's a long race, so it could be beneficial. Like you said, maybe to go back there, let everybody else burn up their tires, just kind of hang around, go easy for a little while and save those tires. And I know I said it a lot. You're gonna hear it a lot more. Tires. This race is very important with tires. Tire management. This track's pretty abrasive, so you burn them up too early on, and you only have one extra set. So
you're right. It's a 250 lap race. You cannot come into a race like this with only one extra set of tires. You can't approach this race by playing checkers. You got to play chess out here tonight. You got to think big picture every single lap around here. Yes, you want to race that guy that's in front of you, that guy that's beside you. I'm a racer at heart. 6 other nights out of the week, I'm racing. So I totally get it. I'm competitive as everybody is. I understand. When you get somebody you're around and you know you're faster than them, you do want to get by them. But you got to do so in a way that is beneficial to yourself later on in the race. So try to be faster at the end of the race versus trying to be faster in the beginning of the race. I struggle with that every single time I grid up. So I understand it completely. But one extra set of tires for a 250 lap race, that's asking quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. As we were talking about the tires, we're seeing some heavy battling up front. We had a pass for the lead as Tommy got around Thomas up there, but Thomas is hanging tough. He did not let him get far away as he's trying to look to the inside again and complete the pass moves.
Yeah, these drivers are side by side going into 1 and 2 here. We got people still chirping. I'm not sure who it is, but Thomas Axel's able to get the lead back going through the dog leg. That's some good battling up front here. Who we got talking?
That was Thomas. That was Thomas talking, yeah.
Ooh, so
I think there might have been some slight contact going into turn 1 because he was talking about how it's a long race and you need patience. So not sure what happened there, but
that's a storyline to watch if Thomas is already getting fed up with the driver behind him. But that driver behind him, he holds all the keys to this battle right now. I mean, yes, Thomas is leading, but Tommy in the 10, he can change that really fast. So you just got to be careful when you start chipping at another driver, especially when they're right there on you. That's why I tell all 5 Kings drivers, they start arguing with somebody, don't start a rivalry with somebody if you're in a short track league, because you're on a short track, you will eventually be around that driver again. As we see Tommy in that 10 machine, he's going to look underneath Thomas right now, down low, coming into 1 and 2, going to try to make that pass as they enter into the dog leg here. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it stick or not. I know Tommy's going to fight hard and strong, but Thomas is as well as they go into 3 and 4 side by side. Who's going to lead this lap as they come to the line here? It's going to be Tommy in the 10 machine going to be able to actually get the top dog spot. Gets a little loose in front of Thomas there.
Yeah, great racing up front. This is a great show. We got third, fourth, fifth, and maybe even sixth, if I'm not wrong, closing in. So it's definitely the battling. I was wrong earlier. The battling is starting to be a factor here.
Tommy even got loose in that 10 machine. He got loose staying up on the track. He didn't even elect to take the dog leg that time. And I watched that car step out, and he is currently under fire, under siege from not only the 71 but the 41. But ultimately, the 71, he got a little bit loose when he looked under. So now, we are 55 laps into this race, and Dalton Kilroy is going around. I don't know if that's going to warrant a caution or not here.
He kept it straight. He's going, oh, we had another driver around in the back. Nicholas Casey spun out, and he's still on the dog leg.
Yes, he's in a very bad spot, too. iRacing will not warrant a caution for that. So we had 2 drivers. So this is what I was saying. We're 55, 56 laps into this race. You're just now going to start feeling the effects of used tires. And we're seeing it. These drivers. So these cars, when you start to use the tires, yes, they might get a little tight in the center. You'll hear drivers chirp saying they can't rotate the center. And what that means is they just cannot get through the center of the corner without turning that wheel a lot more. The more you turn that wheel, the more you're using your right front. But in these cars, we've already hit on it. That right rear. When they rotate off the throttle. So when you give it gas, you're almost spinning the car around. You can feel it when you're sitting in the cockpit of these cars. And what you're doing, though, every time you do that, lap after lap after lap, you're using that right rear more and more and more. And over time, you're going to get that car loose. And it's going to be something that you can't fight throughout the night. It's going to just get too loose. And we're already seeing that. 56 laps in. It took me a long time to get there, but if you start pushing really hard now on these old tires, you're going to pay the ultimate price. You're going to damage your equipment.
Oh yeah, for sure. I personally was a victim of that test session last Thursday. I used my tires a little too much and started to wear out the right front by turning that wheel too much. But as you were explaining that, I heard a driver come over to iRacing and said he had the cone stuck to his wheel. So that cone is actually playing a factor in this race.
That happened 2 weeks ago when we were here, and I was the cool guy that got to push it all the way around the track. Other drivers couldn't see it, but I could. And I pushed it. It literally stayed on in my tire and bumper for right at 2.5 laps. And then it finally just disappeared. It was actually Rockingham the other night is what it was. I was streaming when it happened too, so.
I was in that race. I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, I pushed the cone around for 2.5 laps.
You know, we should name the cone.
It is.
What's the name of the cone?
Bluey.
Bluey? Okay.
Bluey.
I can roll with that.
We just R.I.P. Bluey every time these guys go around. I'm sorry, guys. I know we're not super professional up in the booth, but we got a long race. We're only 60 laps in. I feel my voice starting to already crack, so bear with me. I've done a lot of broadcasting this week, a lot of shouting. Screamed at Jason a lot when he's making my paint, so my voice is, we've asked a lot out of it this week. And we're not even close to halfway yet, and this action's already heating up. Already got drivers mad at each other. It's all downhill from here.
As we see, pretty much single file throughout the race. Pretty good racing up front still. We got the top 5 all clumped up in a group right there. As we see, actually, they just lapped somebody, I think. I think David Yeti just went a lap down.
Yep, went a lap down on the board. 1 lap down. And that's a tough break for Kyle Knapp, because Kyle Knapp is actually, he's been trying to fight, wait for a caution, so he was a lucky dog, and now he's got to fight David Beatty to try to be at lucky dog position.
I'm trying to scroll through and see best battle right now. It's pretty much single file racing out. Oh, okay, I found one. Position 8 between Dalton Kilroy, Eric Baker, Robert Warrens.
Yep,
They're all battling. We see back there for position 8 through 10.
I know we've talked about it a lot, but I want you to watch these drivers as they're diving into these corners. They're starting to slide a little bit already. These cars, and it's on entry, they're not nearly as planted. I seen just Eric Baker, he was caught completely sideways right then. And now they're not out of control, but they are starting to slide a little bit. And they still got at least another 60 laps to go before they even think about changing tires.
Yeah, we'll see some drivers come in halfway, but like you said earlier, we'll see some drivers wait till lap 200. So if they're starting to get a little tough to drive now, they're going to wait till lap 200. It's going to be a long race for them.
You're exactly right. And that's one thing about these races that have these long green flag stints with only one extra set of tires. If you're out here and you have a bunch of cautions, you're not really putting a lot of wear and tear on your tires because you're not doing hundreds of laps over and over and over. But when you have these long green flag runs like this, you're doing 50 laps here, 50 laps there. You're at 100 laps already then. I mean, 100 laps on this tire model that iRacing has provided. And you start to feel it nonetheless. As we see, Michael Falk, the great paint designer, actually just bowed out and left.
Oh, I wonder if it was because of the damage I touched on earlier. They have one fast repair, one quick reset, but you know, with these cars, not even just these cars, and in the sim, if you don't know this already, even though they have that one reset, if they go into the pits and they start to fix the damage without that reset because they think it's not too bad, you can't tell iRacing to do it for you. You can't tell them to do the
You
fast
can't go
repair
back
for
on
that
it.
stuff.
Yeah, so if you go
You make your decision. So
if you go into pit road and you don't have your fast repair checked and you have, say, 5 minutes of damage, you can't get in your pit box and then say, oh, I need to check my fast repair. No. Once they start working on it, you're going to sit there. You're going to wait that 5 minutes till they're done. And that's just, I mean, that's a little quirk in iRacing. That's the type of small details you learn about iRacing the more and more you stay on the server. As man, oh man, the battle up front is still heating up. We got 4 drivers pretty close, but one thing is for certain that hadn't changed. Thomas Axum at 13 machine, he's still clicking off laps and he's still doing it leading the turn.
I just want to touch on, we thought that Pittman might have been having an issue, but he's worked his way up there. He's in 5th place right now, so maybe he figured that out, or he was just, you know, conserving tires and got a gap, so now he's just kind of riding back there.
As we're going to go on to a cockpit cam with Pittman right here, see what he's feeling. Now look guys, I say this every time I'm in the broadcast booth. Anytime you see that wheel turn to the right, that driver's loose. He's trying to save that car. So see, you see it right there. I saw 2 little clicks, saw 1 in a dog leg. Let's watch this dog leg here though. When he cuts this apron, watch the car bounce. And it's just transitioning from the banking of the racetrack to the apron. So it don't look very bad there. It don't look too bad, but when you got that force feedback wheel in your hand, that wheel's trying to jump out of your hand. Boy, oh boy, it is. It's definitely a pretty wild ride.
Oh yeah, you feel it for sure.
He's getting really loose there.
Oh, Dolan, is that Dolan up ahead of him? Who is that in front of him?
I'm not sure. You have to tell me.
That's Scotty Stevens. Scotty Stevens got loose on the wall tap the rear end of that car.
So from the time we got in Pittman's cockpit, he's actually, I like to call, fishing in the boys in front of him. Maybe we got somebody else chirping. I'm not sure.
That was Tommy in the second spot.
I'm not sure what he said.
He said he was trying to look to the left. Sorry, so I'm not sure what happened there, but
okay, maybe slight contact between him and the leader, Thomas Axum. These Tommies and Thomas, man. Chris is gonna junk the car while we're in the cockpit. That's gonna be a caution. He's gonna have to use a fast repair.
I didn't even get to see it.
We was in the cockpit cam. Just the car just got loose and just unloaded on Pittman here. We'll see it in slow-mo here. So he goes in, he enters hot. He is catching the guys in front of him. I think he's pushing a little bit. He's sliding right there, trying to catch it. Right there, he overcorrects a little bit. And
It's gonna be definitely on me, Josh. I just overcorrected it and smashed
just
the wall.
went up to the wall. And ooh, look, Chris Carroll came up behind him. Did Chris Carroll keep it? Chris Carroll did keep it off the wall.
Kept it off the wall. That's good. That is good. Unfortunate break for Pittman, but he has that one fast repair, so he'll be able to get that machine fixed up. And
Yeah, that's on number 8 car, Christian Pittman, self-spin, resulting in a spin from somebody else. EOL. Let me know when there's 2 to 3.
So I just moved. Had to move Keith down. I'm gonna move Christian Pittman up real quick. Christian Pittman, this is Jason and Tanner in the Five Kings Motorsports booth. You got a copy?
He just left. He left the booth. Guess he doesn't want to talk.
Christian Pittman, you want to give an interview?
Yeah, I got you. Give me like 1 second. All right, I'm here. What up?
All right, so I know you left. I'm sorry. I know you're busy right now, but
No, I didn't mean to leave. I don't know why. It's done that twice now. It yanks me out of another channel.
Okay, 10-4. So we were actually riding on board with you right there, Christian, and you were catching the leaders up in front of you. You were actually fishing them in, as I like to call it, and car got just a little bit loose on you. All in all, though, you had a fast press still, correct?
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I went down into the corner, and it just snapped right on me, and I went head on to the wall. So it stinks, but these old tires are definitely starting to wear, and I was pushing a little bit hard to try to catch back up to them, and it just snapped right on me.
Well, Christian, you did have to use a fast press, correct?
Yeah, I had to be. It was junk.
All right, so there we know Jason Christian is without a fast repair. Christian, we'll get you back, but before we do you want to give a shout out to anybody that's watching at home? I know you got some family members watching.
Always. I want to shout out my grandma, my grandpa, my dad, and my girlfriend, and then I appreciate you guys not racing tonight to do this broadcast for us. I know you guys both would have liked to have been out here, so I appreciate you guys as well.
I would for sure love to be out there, to be honest, but it's the way it goes. Thank you, Christian, for coming out, and good luck to you, buddy.
Thanks, Hunter. Thanks.
Well, we cut him off, but
I know he was saying thanks, Jason. You know.
no, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Come on. So, as I just want to touch on, he said those old tires. We're starting to see now the major effects. He said the old tires were there and just snapped around on him. So, two things I said earlier: the tire wear, and once you get loose, you're just along for the ride.
Yep, you're exactly right. Which driver was it? David Beatty and Kyle Naps both got their laps back somehow.
I think they might have both stayed out while everybody else pit.
Maybe. I'm not too sure. But, oh well. We're still about to go back green flag racing. The lights are off on that beautiful Silverado. I say beautiful every time.
You really like that truck, don't you?
I own one exactly like it, so I throw it out there every time. Beautiful Silverado. Mine's not the newest model like that one is, but very, very similar. Beautiful, beautiful truck nonetheless.
I'm gonna start a tally up for how many times you say beautiful Silverado.
I hope not very many more, because that means we're under caution if I am saying it.
True. Hey, I mean, you could see it on pit road though.
That is true, that beautiful Silverado.
Oh, there's 4 right there.
Alright, boys, we're about to go back green flag racing here. Let's see how it's going to go this time. Thomas Axum going to make him wait a little bit. Going to get the good jump. Going to try to bring that 71 of Daniel Hendry up with him. Them boys, they're going to be racing side by side going into turn 1 as they try to sort it out.
We see Scotty Stevens trying to make a move underneath Jonathan Tuckness for position number 5. Dalton Gilroy right behind him, and Chris Carroll out in front of him.
Shout out to Chris Carroll.
Bottom.
We just saw Chris Carroll involved in an incident. He had to dodge, lock it up to miss Christian Pittman, who was spinning earlier, and then but Chris Carroll back up to P4. He's in a money spot. Remember, guys, top 5 get paid some money here tonight with the winner winning $300. If you're out in viewer land right now, please give us a like on Five Kings Motorsports Facebook page. Give us a like on our YouTube.
Oh, as we hear Bluey getting thrown at other drivers now. Thomas threw the cone at Tommy up there.
Look at Jonathan Tuckness. I'm sorry I interrupted you twice now, but Tuckness is riding the rim up there. He was way up high.
Yeah, that's 2 laps in a row that he's been way up high. I'm not sure if he's trying to change the line to just find some more speed, or if he's starting to feel the effects of the old tires. Not as much. I want to see if he does it again here. See if it's just the way the car is acting, or if he's trying to find speed. Nope, he's the normal bottom lane, so
Yeah,
I'm not sure what happened there.
I'm flabbergasted to say the least. But look at it. We got a driver that Eric Baker got up there and led some laps earlier, but now currently stuck in what I like to call the box. Can't really go nowhere. Can't gain no positions, and that's having him right around P9 right now as we click off some laps.
Some great racing throughout the field. They're all pretty much single file, but still, they're all close together. And anytime there's drivers close together, it's great racing, in my opinion.
So to give us a little break in the booth, Jason, I'm going to bring our Turn It Up segment presented by BAM Racing Videos. We're going to crank it up loud and give y'all a little bit better sights and ears. Let y'all hear what this action's like out here on track. For the BAM Racing Video, Turn It Up. Alright, we are back. As we just seen leaders get entangled right here. Just had a pretty bad wreck right here. We see Thomas Axum currently facing backwards. Jason, got a copy. Are you here?
Yeah, I got you. I was just watching. Tommy Gossett had to actually tow that car. The engine expired on that car after the hard hit into the outside wall.
I mean, that turned it up right there. Just got really turned up. As we see them, they're just battling side by side here. All's good, you know, and then they start going down the front stretch here, and drivers, they're kind of close right there. They make slight contact right there. That's going to make Thomas have to save that car a little bit. They're going to go in 3 and 4 and just, or 1 and 2 and just kind of collect each other. And then Thomas gets hit again and parks it down pit road backwards as he just manually disconnected. Thomas Axum has elected to leave the race after leading all these laps.
That's unfortunate. That was a hard hit to the outside wall. He had a very fast car. That's unfortunate.
That's a tough break for Thomas Axum at 13 machine. Tough break for both drivers because Gossett has looked fast, the Axums look fast. That's really opened up the door for anybody to come out here now.
I just want to say something real quick. My pick's up in first place right now. Just to brag a little bit, you know.
Yeah, just
gotta brag when you can.
Little hashtag humble brag.
Alright, drivers, that's a wreck between the 2 leaders.
Man, oh man, not very often do you see 2 leaders come out here. Look, slight contact there.
Tommy got the car, got in the back of
Thomas is, I mean, he's in control now, guys. He's controlled the car. But they're going to go ahead and turn 1 and 2 here, and I'm not sure what happened here. This is just really weird. So Thomas has to enter at a really weird angle. He's pushing up the track. He's loose right there. That driver's loose right there. Makes slight contact, and Gossett's ultimately basically just a victim of circumstance.
That was also a little bit of netcode. Did you see that right there? Thomas went inside of
Gossett's car. It was netcode, but so in those type of situations, when we see that, that's netcode, but they were going to hit
it wasn't going to change the outcome.
Right.
Yeah.
They were, regardless if netcode would have been there or not, they were still going to hit. As we see Scotty the Man Stevens, currently P1 in a big money race, $300 league race. Or $300 money race, excuse me. And don't look, but he's got Eric Baker right on his outside. And my pick, Daniel Hendry, currently P5 in the money spot.
Leader second bottom.
Leader elects to take bottom. That's Scotty Stevens electing to take the bottom line on this restart. Lights should go off on that beautiful Chevy Silverado this time back through. I'm interested to see if Tommy Gossett, if he sticks around. He has not left yet. We do know he had to tow. Is he on the track still?
He's still sitting in pit road currently. So yeah, he's in the
pit
car,
road.
still strapped in that machine.
I want
He's
people to
sitting there.
realize Kyle Knapp was 2 laps down earlier. Mr. Kyle
rolling
Knapp
now.
in the 12 machine. He was 2 laps down earlier. He's currently sitting P3. So Tommy Gossett fans of that number 15 machine, he's actually number 10, but showing number 15. If you're a fan of Gossett, tell him to stick with it. Be a warrior, because Kyle Knapp came from 2 laps down, currently sitting 3rd. So anything can happen. We still got a long way to go in this race.
Tommy Gossett's actually back rolling on track right now, coming up straight away.
There we go. He showed enough speed here tonight where, I mean, the field wasn't huge to begin with, and we've lost a few people. If he's able to get up there, what if he's able to go up there and pass Scotty and get a lap back the hard way? He's been fast all night. It's something you have to watch and see. And we're going to have a new leader up front. Scotty Stevens, that 02 machine. He ain't going to make him wait. He's going to fire off hard and strong. Get on that loud pedal quick, and he's got a great lead going in turn 1 and 2 with Eric Baker trying to sort it out behind him. Christian Pittman's going to look to the outside of Baker. This may be a 5 Kings reunion up front. Nope, not able to make it stick. Baker's going to hold on to P2. Christian Pittman's fighting for his life, P3, but that don't matter right now. Scotty Stevens sees fresh track out in front of him. No traffic whatsoever. He's looking good and probably smiling ear to ear.
We got a driver in the wall.
That's
the
Kyle
number
Knapp.
12.
Kyle Knapp was up in the wall. Was he able to keep it going? He was able to keep it going, I do believe. But man, oh man,
He's
lost
still rolling.
a lot of spots there. Went from rolling P3 to P9. It's a 3 wide coming out of turn 2 here. That's never going to work. Chris Carroll, a veteran racer, decided to back out of it.
Smart move on his part. It's I know the track's wide out there, but if you're coming off the corner right there, it could get a little tight. Good move by Chris Carroll right there to make the smart decision. I know it cost them possibly a position, but saved the race car and filed back in. Plenty of race left to go.
Looking at Gossett's car, I don't think he got that machine fixed. Oh, yes he did. Yes he did. Never mind. My mistake. He did. He had to use his fast prick. He was expired.
Yeah, I watched his front bumper just snap back into place.
The way
Okay, stop hitting me.
ooh, we have Tuckness not happy, telling people, okay, stop hitting me. So
Definitely will look at the replay there. I felt like you pushed up, but whatever.
ooh, Dalton Gilroy said bang bang fire back. So we got driver's not happy. One driver sees it one way, another driver sees it the other way. What'd he say back right then?
I have no idea. I cannot hear.
10-4. Probably wasn't suitable for the broadcast anyways. Let's go back up front. Let's see what we got going on up front. So a pass for the lead. Baker, he's back up top dog spot, P1. Got Scotty Stevens chasing, but Baker is loose as a goose coming out of turn 2 here. But that's not going to allow Scotty Stevens to get there. But Scotty has to be careful. He's falling in the clinches of a number 8 machine, Christian Pittman.
Oh, as we drop another driver, Kyle Knapp decided to park the machine for the night.
I figured with about 50 laps to go, we would have probably about 8 drivers left. But that's on them, because top 5 drivers are going to win some money tonight.
You see the battling starting to allow Eric Baker out front to kind of pull away from these guys back in second, third. And
So-
even fourth place is closing in now.
I'm interested to see 5 King Motorsports driver battling this hard side by side on lap 93. I'm not sure why, but they are. So be it. As I think Christian Pittman going to be able to clear him, but he's leaving his teammate out to hang here. That's going to allow Scotty Stevens maybe. I don't know. Scotty's going. Ooh, Eric Baker almost got loose again in front of the pack. So Eric, he is battling an ill-handling race car right now, to say the least.
Pittman dives underneath him,
Pittman wants
battling
screen
side
time.
by side. He does. He wants to. He made a mistake earlier, Had to go in and fix that car. And look at him now. He's up to the lead, battling for the lead. I can't say he has it yet. Now he has the lead. As Scotty Stevens is going to follow him through. 5 Team Motorsports driver is looking to go positions number 1 and 2 for the time being. But not without a fight, though. They're going to go 3 wide right now.
Be careful, boys. Going 3 wide. Man, this race has been intense up front from the drop of the green flag. As I got my camera on the wrong person. There we go. Daniel, he's hungry for it. I mean, he really wants it, but Scotty and Christian really want it as well. As Daniel's going to get a good turn off that corner off turn 2. Going to look down and try to cut that apron, but Scotty Stevens ultimately had the momentum coming through there. Christian Pittman's going to try to dive low and go with Daniel, but Christian's really using that apron to rotate that car, and you just got to be careful with that. Don't ask too much of that right rear. As Daniel, we have a new leader, that 71 machine of Daniel Hendry, with a Scotty Stevens in the 0-2. He's going to peak down low, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the momentum to get there. It's going to come down to who can get through the dog leg. It's going to be a drag race, and Daniel's going to win it.
Oh yeah, so you touched on it, using that apron to rotate the car. It definitely helps, but you gotta be, there's a very fine line for those of you guys that don't. If you get too far out of that apron, your car will just snap.
I think it's it's random, like, so you can hit the same part of the apron every time, and I don't think you'll get the same the same effect every time.
Effect, yeah.
Right. So I think I like to call it Russian roulette when I'm up in the booth, because you don't know. One time you might get paid for doing it, the next time you might die doing it. You just never know.
True. I didn't even think of it that way. That's a very smart way of putting it. Roulette.
I would say Scotty Stevens, he's hanging on good right now with Daniel. Daniel's a very fast driver, not taking anything away from Scotty. Now, he is my verbal punching bag. Me and Scotty, we're like best friends, but we do throw jabs back and forth. But I am proud seeing that 0-2 machine lead this field around, battling with the likes of Christian Pittman and Daniel Hendry.
Eric Baker still didn't fall back too far. He's still right there. So one little mistake could change the race for the lead right now.
None of these drivers were able to check out on the field. Even Thomas Axum earlier. Only time he got like a second lead is whenever the pack was battling each other, really. But other than that, all these drivers, they've been pretty close to each other. And this racing up front here, man, it is heating up. Like, it's at a sizzle.
He still, look at Daniel Hendry still hanging tough on that outside line. He doesn't have that much help down the front straightaway as Pittman's filing in behind Stevens on the last lap. See what he does this lap.
Lap 100, we're coming to lap 101 here. As Pittman actually pushes up, almost getting to the outside wall a little bit. You got to keep in mind here, don't forget, Pittman does not have a fast repair. As Tommy Gossett actually just elected to leave the race. All right. But Christian Pittman does not have a fast repair, so if he was to make a mistake, or these two drivers in front of him make a mistake while racing this hard, his race is virtually done. So you got to be careful if you're Christian Pittman out here. As Scotty Stevens goes really, really high, that might allow Jonathan Tuckness to have Scotty fall into the clinches.
Cause I saw, did you see the little bit of smoke right there in turn on the exit of that lap?
I think it was the driver blinking, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yes,
okay.
I did see it though. Ooh, caution is out on the
out.
racetrack. If you could find it, and we'll pull it up.
Yeah, Ollie will try to find it here.
Oh, it's Dennis Warren sideways. Let's see. Let's rewind it back, and it may have been Dennis Warren and Eric Baker actually. Ooh, it's a couple cars. It's a couple cars.
Oh, heavy contact. I saw that.
It looks like it was up in front of them too. So let's see. Oh, look, it's Eric Baker. Eric got loose.
That's unfortunate for Eric Baker. He was having a great run.
We've seen this car get really loose all race here. He's been, I mean, everybody's been pretty loose, but Eric's been really, really loose. Heads up driving by Dalton to Dodge, but ooh, David Bietti ultimately nowhere to go.
About the time I cheated on my wife, then how good
Oh, yeah.
cars are right now. Say that again?
What did Tuckness say?
I don't want to know.
They suck.
I don't want to know
about
what he
cheating
said.
on his wife, is what I heard.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to know.
Damage to other cars. Eric Baker will receive an EOL. Let me know when they're suited green.
Eric Baker is getting the EOL there, and David Bietti, he had to tow that machine. Not only did he expire the motor, you see all that smoke, but he also was on his lid.
I'm not gonna fight you, man. I'm sliding all over the place.
We got
I'm gonna
many
pull
drivers,
those
not all.
Scotty Stevens up in the booth. Do what now?
Dang.
I'm just talking about pit road. There's a lot of drivers on pit road.
Scotty Stevens, this is Jason Raymond and Tanner Moore in the Five Kings booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Well, it's going good, but I have a feeling yours is going a little bit better.
Well, I guess I'm out here on point, but these tires are worn out, to say the least. Everybody's finding a loose car.
And so Eric Baker just brought the caution out because he self-spun there and
Yeah.
collected a few cars. So, I mean, the field's getting smaller. It's starting to be a battle of attrition, but, I mean, how are you feeling? How are you liking your chances right now?
Well, I mean, there's still quite a few fast guys out here. There's biding their time, I believe, saving their stuff. I think one guy's still got 50% on his right rear. Most everybody else is sitting about 35. So
Really?
just watch out for Rob.
Really?
2 to green.
All right, so you're on the track, you're feeling it. You just told me your tires are under 30%. What lap do you go to here?
Well, you have to at least split it.
Or, yeah, but you want to go
It's
further than
guys-
that, right?
Yeah, ultimately, I want to go to about 150 at least. But
At least.
I don't know if we can hold on for another 45 laps. It's on ice skates right now.
You say 150, that's going to leave the amount of laps you got on the tires right now left, and that's still going to be brutal. Well, Scotty, we'll get you back to your racing, brother. I'm glad I'm up here in the booth. Y'all are out on the racetrack putting on the action. That's up to y'all to decide. But good luck, brother. Maybe we'll be here at the end talking to you.
Yep. Have fun.
You have fun, brother. I did not think I knew tires would be an issue. I did not think they would become that big of an issue. Christian Pittman had a 29% right rear.
I'm kind of surprised by that. I don't know. In the practice race, I know track conditions could be different, but I still had 45% after
Y'all didn't
125 laps.
But y'all did not do
True.
as many laps, green flag laps.
True. I didn't even think of that.
These guys have been out here. They're breaking off no less than a 40% run or 40 lap run every time. As Eric Baker just came over and said he had a 7% right rear.
That's crazy. That for him holding on to that car as long as he did, that's pretty impressive. 7%. I'm surprised that tire is still there.
Right. As we're about to see here, it's getting dicey. It's getting dicey. We said it all along. We started the broadcast off with manage your tires. And we go to see now.
I'm sorry, did you want the top?
Eric Baker.
No.
Sorry, they were talking. Eric Baker came through here. He led a lot of laps early. He had a 7% right rear. That means he's really, really used that right rear. As you see, Scotty Stevens on point here. He's going to make him wait on it a little bit, but then he ultimately gets on them loud pedal and makes it go. He's got Tuckness on his outside. Tuckness has been a driver's, I kind of think, just been biding his time, just riding around. With Daniel Hendry in the 71 and Chris Carroll, familiar face, he's back up in the top 4.
You see Jonathan Tuckness making the dive to the inside of Scotty Stevens down in that dog leg. He's going to stick to the inside. Christian Pittman's way on the apron
Oh,
down
they're
there.
wrecking. They're
there's a
wrecking.
wreck out behind
Dalton
him.
Kilroe, Chris Carroll.
I saw Pittman sending it on the inside and I just missed it. 100% my fault. Just give me the yellow.
Ooh, I can hear that. And
Who ran the apron in turn 3 and like made up 12 spots right there? Sweet.
They're talking about Pittman's move to the apron right down there. That was he's passing cars down on the apron.
yeah, but you hear his teammate right there. And
Yeah.
his teammate wasn't
Got-
very.
He missed the corner because of that one. Just, watching the mirror, trying to make sure he was safe.
Dalton didn't have any clue where Pittman was. Didn't know where he was going.
Yeah, we
Dalton
touched on that earlier. It's hard to see out of these cars.
You
man.
can't.
That
you
little
can't.
apron, that mirror, not apron, the little mirror doesn't help you so much.
So we're gonna see. So all in Pittman's defense, he's doing nothing wrong. He's letting them hang. He's going down there making passes. He can do that. If he can make it stick, he can go down there. There's no yellow line rule. But in Dalton's defense here, iRacing, what it's saying right now, it's saying car low, car low, car low. It's not saying car low by 45 feet. It's saying just car low. So in Dalton's mind, he's not expecting somebody down there. But Pittman, man oh man, just let him hang. We're actually going to go aboard Pittman. I just want to see what he's done. He's done this before in another race. That's why it's funny. I'm sitting here smiling. We named it.
No, I think I've seen that video somewhere.
Yeah, we own Five Kings. This is UPS is on the way.
Yep, I remember that. That's pretty impressive though. To get the car to turn like that down there.
And gain spots. Man, oh man, and the light's still on the pacer. I'm pulling Pittman up. Christian Pittman, I wasn't going to do this, but I got to pull you up. You got a copy. Christian Pittman, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Shoot the green.
Tell me. Say it.
What, UPS is on the way?
UPS is on the way, brother. I know Dog's not very happy with you right now, but UPS is on the way. Good job. That was a good move.
Yeah, I think I went from like 11th or 9th to 2nd. So I just wanted to see if it'd work on old tires, and it does. So if I can make it to the end, keep that in mind for the last lap.
I heard Daniel Hendry say, I just want to say whoever went down the very bottom and turned 3 and 4 and passed like 11 people, I love you. So
yeah.
So congratulations with that move, Chris. That was a very good move. We'll get you back over. Good luck to you, brother.
I'll hopefully talk to you guys later.
Man,
You
oh
heard
man.
it here first, folks. He's keeping that move in his back pocket later on in the race, so keep an eye on that. That could play a factor to how that race ends for him.
But my only fear is it's almost like a poker hand. He showed his hand really early in the race. Other drivers just seen that. They saw what happened there. So, I mean, Christian may not be the only person putting it in the back pocket.
True. Yeah, that's true. Didn't
But a
think
lot of
it that
people
way.
are not going to have, we'll call them testicles. So they're not going to have the testicles to go down there and do that. That's very brave to do that.
As we hear, they're going single file for this restart.
They didn't complete a lap.
This is something different. We haven't seen this tonight. Single file restart.
This shakes it up different. And we have a new leader out front. Daniel is leading this race. Christian Pittman P2, Scotty Stevens P3. These drivers are just trying to hang on. They're just trying to get to a certain lap number in their head so they can finally go get 4 Mr. Feelgoods or 4 fresh tires.
I'm gonna steal your line here, Tanner. The lights are off on that beautiful Silverado here as these drivers get ready to go back to green.
It's beautiful. Just a beautiful Silverado. I like to think Jesus drove a truck like that.
Probably did.
I just see Daniel. He stacks them up. He knows single file. Stack them drivers up. And he did it right then. He did it to perfection. That's going to allow him to have no type of battle or no competition going in turn 1. This single file, it's going to let these drivers get quote-unquote single file a lot earlier. But I've always been under the impression that single file makes restarts more chaotic because you get faster drivers in the back try to make more desperate moves. But so far, they're looking pretty clean. As we only have, 9 drivers out on track. So these drivers are starting to take the stuff out slowly but surely.
Yeah, we're only lap 113 here, as the top 2 got a pretty big gap from 3rd place over the, one lap? Was it 1 lap we've been under so far?
Yes, sir. I think so.
You see these top 2 still pulled away. We got 3rd, 4th, and 5th sitting there with a pretty same distance between 1st and 2nd to what is it? 6th and 7th. Sorry, I had to pull up the standings here. I was getting a little confused on what was going on. It's too exciting for me.
As these leaders, I truly feel like right now they are just trying to do laps. They're not even racing at this point. We've heard how bad these right rears are on these cars. Scotty said keep an eye out for Robert Warren. And now we've watched Robert Warren up here. That 95 machine, he was taking it really, really easy earlier in the race. And that's making me think he's going to stretch his set out as far as he can. There's another caution out on the track. Cautions breed cautions. Not sure where it's at on track.
I think it was Dennis Warren's back there. No. I'm gonna look. It might have been Eric Baker again, actually.
That's going to be a drive-through penalty if it was. It was.
It was. It was. He spun out going into turn 1.
It was me, Josh.
Yep, that's
Looks
cool.
like he scraped the wall down the front stretch. When he pulled it off the wall, the car just got a little upset with that and just snapped on him. But you gotta remember, he said he had 7% on that right rear tire, so if he didn't get new tires, that tire's gotta be gone at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, he is that driver's on ice now.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no other way to put it. Like, if the tire is that worn, then he's just hanging on. It's even, look at that. They had a little wobble under caution too. I'm surprised he's still going with those tires. That unmanageable. That's pretty impressive. I know, personally, I would have been like, all right, I'm done. I'm taking the tire. You know, it's still super early, but I don't have the patience for that stuff personally. Give big props to Eric if he's still on those tires with 7%.
I think you have to be, but right now, you might see drivers gamble and take tires.
Yep. As you say that, I look over at Eric, and his right side of the car is jacked.
Oh, I'm not live. Look.
He's taking all 4 right here.
Eric took tires. Yep.
I think he's the only one.
And he took a fast repair. I saw the car reset. I don't know.
I think he's the only one.
I don't know why he used a fast repair there, but he did.
Maybe because he got into the wall. Maybe he didn't know how much damage. Looks like he just got. I don't know. Now he's sitting there revving the engine. I don't know. Is it not letting? Might not let him leave. It might be holding him for some reason. Or I know what he's doing. He's refueling the car. I forgot that these cars take a long time to refuel.
So
I keep forgetting about that, and I race them all the time.
With that being
Eric Baker after.
With that being Eric's second EOL, that's the second time he's been deemed at fault for caution. He has a black flag. He's going to need a pass-through penalty here.
When you enter the pit.
So he has to go down pit road. Josh will clear the black flag once he enters pit road, but that's a tough break. You need to get on and off so you don't go a lap down here.
I know you mentioned it earlier. I just want to touch on how nice looking these cars are. There's a lot of good looking paint schemes.
There really is.
I'm going through the field right now, and there's a lot of really nice cars. Props to whoever painted all these beautiful race cars.
I know Jason Raymond did because they'd have freaking green all over them.
You know, why you go to expose me like that, man?
Well, you expose yourself with green cars.
Well,
bang, bang. Shots fired in the broadcast booth.
He doesn't hate me, I swear.
Only slightly.
Alright, well, back to the race. The lights are off on the pace cars. We're getting ready to go back green.
Second penalty, ignore that. Just pass through. Can I go, like, you know, like when I get up to pit road right now go, or do I have to wait to make a lap? No, the race has to be under green. It has to be under green. Alright, thank you.
So they're trying to clarify. Sorry, I didn't want to talk and get interrupted there, but that beautiful Silverado's going to make that hard left-hand turn one more time. Daniel's going to fire a little bit earlier this time. That's actually Christian Pittman got a good jump. Scotty looked like he was maybe snoozing a little bit there. Eric Baker could not get down to surface black flag there, so he's got to come this time around. Let's put the camera on him and see how he gets on pit road. Hopefully he gets on and off pretty quick. The biggest thing on my mind right here, if I'm Eric Baker, don't speed. Don't make a bad situation that much worse. So do not speed right here. If we hear him call out, he's pitting.
Oh yeah, speeding will definitely hurt him, but I think he's got this under control. He's taking it nice and easy. He slows way down. I'm hoping he got on there nice and smooth. That would really hurt his race if he didn't. And I'm gonna jump back up through the field here. We got Daniel Hindre in first right now. Christian Pittman sitting in second with Scotty Stevens not too far back sitting in third. And then we got Jonathan Tuckness sitting P4 right now. And then Robert Warrens in P5. So that's your current top 5 right now, but that could change very shortly as Nicholas Casey is starting for some.
Robert Warrens is actually ahead of Jonathan Tuckness now. Made a pass on him. Nicholas Casey's actually looking underneath Jonathan Tuckness now. Did Eric Baker get out without going a lap down? He's on fresh rubber, so he should be able to drive away from the field.
Illegal lane change on the restart by the leader, Daniel Hinder. Illegal lane change before the start finish line, Daniel Hinder, you will receive a pass through penalty.
Daniel Hendry just got a pass-through
heartbreaker.
penalty. A legal lane change on the start. Pass-through penalty for Daniel Hendry. So this just really spiced up everything.
Driver, Daniel Hinder will be
That's a
penalized.
heartbreaker right there. He had a good race going.
For a penalty.
He probably won't go a lap down, but still unfortunate. It's not what you want to see when you're leading the race. You see, let's make sure he gets on pit road. Okay. He got down on pit road without speeding too, so both drivers that deserve the pass through got on there nice. So they'll both be able to probably stay on the lead lap. Won't affect them too much, you know. Hopefully there's not, but if there's a caution, we set the field. It's still pretty early in the race. We see now Christian Pittman up into the lead. I just want to mention Christian Pittman started in 13th starting position. He's moved up quite a bit, and we got Scotty Stevens now in second. Lineup didn't change pretty much at all, besides the drive-through pass-through penalty for Daniel. Daniel's still in 7th actually, so he didn't really lose that many spots.
Now,
Jonathan Tuckness was a lap down.
there's not a whole lot of people out there. Tuckness is currently... I'm not seeing Tuckness on the track.
I'm wondering if he had some connection issues, because I'm not seeing him at all.
Yeah, I don't see that he's backed out either.
Oh,
Jonathan
yep,
Tuckness,
there he goes as he just
the
gets
server
booted out.
Yep. So the field just got a little bit smaller too. As we see Scotty Stevens and Christian Pittman, they are battling right now. Look out in front of them. That's Eric Baker. Eric Baker's on fresh tires. He does not want to let this pack by him. But the way they're catching him, it makes me feel like they took their tires.
I'm not sure, because I don't think Scotty ever pitted. So I'm not sure if maybe Baker is, you know, realizing that he took his tires pretty early on. He's the only car right now that would be going a lap down.
That is true.
So it could just be like, you know, riding. He goes a lap down, get a wave around.
I got the most beautiful girlfriend in the world. If she just brought me a monster, thank you, Emily Jane.
I'm jealous. I need a drink, dude.
You might be right. You can step away if you need to.
Nah, it's alright. Yeah, I think he's just kind of saving his tires. Trying to conserve. Oh, as we see, Robert Lawrence made a pass for second on Christian Pittman. Now he's trying to chase down Scotty Stevens for a lead.
So Scotty said earlier, the driver to watch today is Robert Warrens, because he was really saving his right rear. And man, oh man, it's showing right now, because Warren's actually fighting for the lead with Scotty Stevens going to the dog leg. They're going to be side by side going into 3 and 4 here. And Scotty's getting loose.
Scotty's all over right now. Those tires are definitely not feeling the best right now. All I can say.
And what happens here, guys, once that tire gets down to 0%, iRacing will simulate a blowout, meaning your car's just going to spin. If you lose a right rear or a left rear, your car's just going to go around. So pretty soon we're going to see a car wreck, and they're just going to hope for a caution, because they're going to have no control when that tire does finally go.
He's talking about both the rear tires blowing, but I've never experienced this, so I'm just going to assume if they blow a front tire, they're going to eat a wall.
If you blow a front, it just doesn't turn. The car won't turn.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it simulates a real life tire blowing, but
Right.
I've never experienced it personally, so that's actually interesting to even learn. I didn't even know about that.
I'm pretty sure Pittman just said I may have one going down, so heads up.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on Pittman. He seems fine right now, but
You don't, so when it happens, you don't feel it in the wheel, like with your force feedback and whatnot. But you know it instantly when you, especially with the front tires, you turn the wheel 90 degrees and you just go straight. So, I mean, yep, there we go. Scotty Stevens going around right there. Just blew the tire. I guarantee Scotty Stevens just lost the tire. And now iRacing will not simulate it. You can't really tell. But I guarantee
he hit the wall too.
Jonathan Tuckness is back in here. 7 laps down now,
I'm
though.
pretty sure my right rear was down.
Yep,
Yeah,
Scotty,
we hear from Scotty.
guys, I'm pretty sure my right rear was down.
That's interesting to me. I didn't even know that was a feature in this.
Mhm.
That's I didn't even think of that of being a factor.
Even if you're
Definitely a game
going,
changer.
say you're going 30 miles per hour, go out and test it on your own. Go to a test drive and sit there and do a burnout forever and get your tire down to, it's subject to blow underneath 10%, from 10% on down. And just, I mean, Jason, even driving at 30 miles per hour, when it finally lets go, it's like you instantly hit a patch of ice and lose all control.
Interesting. Okay, so it's, I mean, I know that's realistic, but
Right.
that's still pretty interesting to learn. So you see now the lineup. Ooh, pit strategy's coming into play.
A very busy pit road. We got 2 cars electing to stay out. I think one of them is David Bietti, a lap down. No, David ain't in here anymore, I don't think. I'm not sure.
David Bietti.
Let's see what kind of...
is not in here anymore. He's 29 laps.
Let's see. Robert Warnes has got... not taking tires. Robert Warnes isn't. Chris Carroll, cars jacking up on the right side. Dalton Kilroy overshot his pit box again. I just watched him back up. Dalton's taking tires. Robert did not take tires. Nicholas didn't take tires. Scotty Stevens is taking his left sides now. So if you're Nicholas Casey or Robert Warnes, either you saved your tires a whole lot, or
somebody to put me back on the lead lap, huh?
Or man, even if you do have good tires right now, even stretching them out, even if you're stretching them out, it still scares me. Because you could,
yeah, for sure.
Your pace, no matter what, you're going to be slower. Even if you don't blow a tire, your pace is going to be slower.
I don't know if I'm gambling for the right reason or if I'm going to be screwed.
So you might go a lap down.
I'm still on old tire.
So as we hear 2 drivers, we didn't see pit. Daniel Hindre and Robert Warnes both are both tires. They both said they weren't sure if they were gambling for the right reason or what, but let's see. Hopefully they can continue.
I feel like Robert has saved his equipment pretty well. We saw him just ride around earlier, remember? He was just kind of biding his time.
How are
But-
those tires feeling?
but Daniel's been up front the entire time.
I feel like poor frustrated
True.
From the back.
I just want to say, I'm not positive. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I believe that Robert was actually involved in that turn 3 crash with Chris Carroll and Dalton Kilroy.
He was earlier. He was.
So he's not sure how bad, but he's up into P2. So after being involved in a crash, still saving his tire, that's a good race. It's just a little bit over halfway here, so
Come on around, Dennis.
Christian Pittman just sent me a PM saying UPS turn 3. So we will have to wait and see.
I'm gonna focus my camera on Pittman now because I want to see this UPS moment.
Pittman said they are doomed on tires, and I do agree, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. These guys, they gotta be hurting. I think, did Nicholas Casey take tires, did you say?
I don't think Nicholas did, but I'm not 100% positive on that. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say Nicholas did not take tires. But, folks, I'm going to tell you, that red and white number 8 machine, you better watch him going in turn 3 and 4 because he said UPS is on its way. So, we will see. But right now, Daniel Hindre, Robert Warnes, both these drivers are on 135 lap old tires, but didn't hurt Daniel on the jump. He got a good restart. Able to get out in front of the pack going into turn 1 and 2. Nicholas Casey's fighting. Nicholas Casey fighting side by side with Robert Warnes. Pittman is 3 wide on the outside. Let's see where Pittman's going to go. He can't do UPS right now. He's on the high side, forced up there. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say Nicholas Casey did take tires too because he was able to get past Robert Warnes pretty quick there. But Daniel Hindre holding off strong up front right now on old tires.
Yeah, as we see, Robert Warnes has dropped back to 5th position, battling with Chris Carroll for 4th still. He gets a little loose down on the apron right down there.
You got to be careful and not go a lap down here. That's all I'd be worried about. Yes, the strategy pays off great if you do get a caution later on, but you don't want to be the caution because what if you flip or something like that? Then you have to tow, then you're going laps down. But you also don't want to be so slow as far as race pace because your tires are so old where you go a lap down because they pass you. So he's looking okay right now, but Old tires are decent after a restart. You can hang on for about 3 to 4 laps, and then it gets bad again. And you see Robert Warren, John Tuckton is actually able to make a pass on Christian Pittman.
I think Pittman, you know, I know he said UPS turn 3, but I think he's starting to just kind of serve those tires.
I think he's saving his equipment right now. I think if we focus back up front on the leader, that's not the leader. That's the leader right there. Daniel Hendry is actually doing really, really good on old tires if he did not take tires. He did say he was gambling on tires, so I want to think that's not the case, though, because he looks really fast.
Yeah, I mean, I know for sure he did say, I'm not sure if I'm taking a gamble for the right reason or not, but he looks fine right now. He's rolling.
I told him to key up if he took tires, so let's see if he keys up. Ooh, driver's getting loose. Driver's getting really loose. I think what I just said is true. I think he's good the first 4 to 5 laps after a restart, but then you really start to feel it as the run starts to go on. But he's really loose. He's getting loose on entry now too. So I think that 71 machine is gambling. I think he's a gambling man right now.
Hey man, sometimes gambling pays off.
Hey, but you remember what? Well, you probably don't remember because you're a youngin'. But Kenny Rogers said sometimes you gotta know when to hold 'em and know when to fold 'em.
No idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. These kids these days don't know good music. They walk around with their pants on the ground. But if I would have recited some, what's his name, little boat, little yachty, yacht man or something like that, you would have knew who that was, wasn't it? Or Cardi C or Cardi D or whatever her name is, Cardi F.
Oh my god. All right, well, we heard it here first, folks. Tanner has no idea in current day music.
We're 142 laps in and lost full composure.
I'm tired, man. I'm kind of wishing I was out here right now. It's really fun. Kind of jealous, but as Hinder goes around, does he hit the wall? He just slides. I don't think he's gonna get caution. He's
not gonna get a caution right there. He's waiting for it. He wants it. He wants it. Didn't get it. Tough break for that driver.
That's unfortunate.
He waited for it too.
He was having a good run. He was. I mean, with the old tires, he was up in P2. Now I feel like now he has to take tires on next caution.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, he's about to lose it again. He's fighting that car right now. I think the right rear has went far as it could go. Well, I'm gonna keep the camera on him a little bit. Cause I think
we're seeing some pretty good battling up here, though. So I can commentate that. Well, we got Pittman, Kilrow, and Warren's all racing right there for the 3rd, 4th, 5th position. And who is it? I think Tugness is trying to get one of his laps back, racing up with these guys. And Scotty Stevens right up behind that. So there's a group of guys right up here that are racing pretty hard.
Daniel is wheeling that machine right now. I had to PM the race control admins to keep an eye on something. But yeah, we got Nicholas Casey. He has opened up a huge lead over Chris Carroll running P2 right now. He is looking strong, and he was really strong Thursday night in the practice race. Got up there and led a lot of laps. Him and Jack Brown kept battling around. Ain't that your best friend, Jack Brown? It is, yeah, if I do recall. But yeah, we got Nicholas Casey P1, Chris Carroll P2, Christian Pittman P3, Dalton Kilrow P4, and the guy didn't take tires, Robert Warren, currently sitting P4, P5 now. John Tuckton, it's good to see him back out on track. Jason, where'd you go?
I'm here, man. I'm just you know, watching and enjoying, letting you do your thing, man. You know, I'm just admiring some of these paint schemes.
That's John.
You know, being a painter and all.
Yeah, I don't know if we can classify what you do as a painter.
Oh, okay. Well, I try.
That's John Tuckness. He's mixing it up with him. He's being a warrior, and I like to see that. He is currently 8 laps down now, so But maybe he's able to stick it out and get some of them laps back. But kudos to Robert Warren for holding on this long. He's actually still out in front of Scotty Stevens. And we saw Stevens take 4 tires earlier.
I'm kind of wondering if Scotty's just
He's doing
hanging out.
Yep. Absolutely. They're just saving their equipment right now. There's no reason to go right now. But he is.
As we say that, he goes underneath. Hugness way up the track in that corner. Not sure if he just missed it.
That's Christian Pittman trying to figure out if Nicholas is on fresh tires or what.
No response. He doesn't want to give away his secret.
Let's check some lap times as they come back around. So Nicholas Casey, we'll check this time by.
Last time by, I know he was a 29.068 compared to Chris Carroll's 29.192.
So this time by, as this driver rounds turn 3 and 4 here, Nicholas Casey is in the 86 machine. It's going to be a 29.222. Chris Carroll P2 with a 29.153. Christian Pittman about a 10th off from our leader with a 29.350. So Chris Carroll is making some ground, making some headway on him, but he's behind Nicholas Casey by 3 seconds now. So let's check this time by. Nicholas Casey in that 86 machine coming out of turn 4 here. He's going to put down a 29.457, so significant.
Oh, yeah, way different. Oh, Chris Carroll, 29.312. So Carroll's picking up the pace. We're not sure if he's got a pretty big lead. Not a huge lead, but he's got a pretty decent lead. Maybe he's trying to save
a 3-second lead. That's a pretty big lead.
Oh, it's a 3. Okay, well then that is a lead.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant lead he has here. And that's going to ask Chris Carroll and Christopher Pittman, if a caution wasn't ever to come out, it's going to ask them a lot to try to chase Nicholas down. I wouldn't even, if I was the drivers from P2 on back, I wouldn't even worry about Nicholas Casey. I would treat Chris Carroll as if he was the leader right now.
Oh, I agree for sure. I mean, Nicholas is still at a 3.2 second lead now. He picked up the pace last time by. We'll see what he does this time by. Last time he ran a 29.234. This time 0.2 off with a 29.454. So we're not sure if he's just, building up a bigger lead and then saving the tires, or if it's changing. Because like you said earlier, it's different. You don't know what to expect every corner if you touch that apron. I haven't been watching him, but that could be the reason why.
We'll go cockpit with this driver as he comes by. You can keep us updated on the times if you'd like, but going into 1 and 2 here, he looks pretty steady. I mean, he's not putting a whole lot of wheel input into it. Not being super aggressive with the dog leg. Goes into 3 and 4 here. He's carrying a lot of speed entering 3 here. He's never fully out of the gas completely. He's just turning consistent laps here.
Yeah, 29.301 that time by. And Chris Carroll back in P2 ran a 29.605. So we're not sure if Casey's just burning up his stuff, or if, who knows, maybe this guys back here are just conserving, knowing that he's got such a big lead, so without a caution, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, I mean, even if Nicholas Casey is using his stuff up, man, if he gets out to an 8-9 second lead and there's no caution, it ain't going to matter. I mean, he's going to be far enough ahead where they're going to do everything they can on older tires to try to catch him, because even if they're saving right now, they're still using some tire regardless.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, saving, it helps, but the word saving doesn't mean you're not still abusing them. Like, these guys are still racing hard. They're single file, but they're still super close with each other. As actually, 71's coming back to life right now, making a pass for 7th place on Scotty Stevens.
Oh, Daniel went 2 laps down.
He might have taken his tires.
I bet he did a green flag pit stop.
I didn't even notice that. I thought he was making a pass in 7th.
Yep, Daniel. So keep an eye out for Robert Warrens. Where's Robert Warrens at? Robert Warrens is P7.
7.
He's off by.
Control, let me know. I felt I was as low as I could be right
Oh,
there.
something happened. I'm not sure. Let me go back. Oh, as there was contact between Jonathan Tuckness and Eric Baker back there. It looks like
Oh.
Tuckness got into the corner. A little hot.
Oh, Robert
Like,
Warren
this
is
race to get
self-spinning.
in.
Robert Warren
Ooh,
is
clear.
self-spun.
Yes.
He's not going to get a
No
caution.
caution.
He's not going to get a caution there. He's got rolling again.
We've seen that exit of turn 2 be pretty deadly.
Yeah, and he has the leader coming up on him now. Robert Warren needs to go if he don't want to go a lap down here. I think them tires says he's entering turn 3 and 4. He's losing it again. Leader's coming up. He just had to lock up at left front. He's going out pit road. Green flag pit stop.
I don't think he pit for tires last caution, so
He
maybe
didn't.
he blew a
He
tire.
didn't. It was
Should
him.
have blown a tire.
It was him and Daniel. Robert and Daniel stayed out. Remember, they did not take tires.
Yep. Okay, yep. So maybe he blew a tire. It's very possible, actually. Seen it once already, at least once already.
So now Daniel Hendra, he needs to get up there. He's trying to get up there and catch Nicholas Casey. He's chasing him down right now. He's trying to get a lap back. If he gets a lap back, he'll be in a lucky dog spot once he gets past Robert Warrens, who's on pit road now. Robert Warrens is just now taking tires.
Huge.
Yes. But Daniel right now, he's 2 laps down. He needs to get in front of Nicholas Casey before caution comes out. And then he'll get the lucky dog spot and get back on his lead lap. But being 2 laps down right now, he needs to earn one of these laps back the hard way.
And he could be burning up his tires right now.
Absolutely is. He absolutely is, but he has to. He's on house
no
money
other
right
option.
now. Has no option. He has to.
Yep.
Those tires don't mean nothing if he's 2 laps down, and he knows that. So he absolutely. That time by, he was a 28.853. Our leader was a 29.378. So it's not a matter of if he's coming; it's a matter of when he's coming, because he is coming and he is catching him.
He's coming pretty fast too.
He is in the lucky dog spot right now, but he's still 2 laps down. He needs to get to that leader. He don't need a caution to fall down while he's catching that leader.
We got a battle going on for second place back here between Chris Carroll and Christian Pittman.
I mean, you throw a blanket over 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, they are all right there, and they're all Five King Motorsports members aside from Chris Carroll.
Yeah, true. Christian Pittman's trying everything, it looks like. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not in Christian's car, but looks like he's trying pretty hard to get around Carroll, but he can't get the run to do it.
I know Christian Pittman. He goes 110% every lap. That's why I like the kid. He's very, very fast. He's very respectful, but he is aggressive. But you got to be on a racetrack. You're not out here on the interstate. You got to race, and that's what he does.
Yeah, true. He is a very fast driver, like you said. He's trying right now. He is very, very hard trying. I am not even sure what I'm saying right now, but
Chris Carroll is a real life racer, an iRacer. He is a veteran, so he's not going to make very many mistakes at all. And right now is what Christian Pittman needs. He needs that 99 machine to make a mistake, kind of slide up the track a little bit, create an opening for Christian Pittman. But right now that opening's not there. As we go back up to Hendra to keep an update on him, let's see if Daniel is. Oh, he's closed the gap on Casey, but still. I mean, it means nothing if the caution wants to fall right now. He has to get by that leader. And we say it every single Tuesday night. Getting there is one other story versus coming up and trying to pass them. Pass them is a completely different task. You're exactly right. If Nicholas Casey's smart, he's just going to roll over and let Daniel by because he does have a good lead. But I think that lead is down a full second. He's only 2 seconds up now versus 3 seconds. So comparing lap times, this time by, Nicholas Casey was a 29.0. Chris Carroll was a 29.0. So these drivers are they picked up the pace now.
yeah, I see Chris Carroll was still a little bit faster with Casey running a 29.087 and Chris Carroll running a 29.013. So he's definitely faster, and then even Pittman a 29.018. And whoa, Dalton Kilroy is the fastest car on track right now with a 29.009.
No, Daniel was
So
faster
far,
with
so
a-
far,
with
sorry.
Daniel put up a 28.886
Oh,
as he actually did get
yikes.
one of his laps back, so he is currently in the lucky dog spot. He is one lap down. He needs a caution now. If a caution was to fall now, he don't care because he's the lucky dog. It benefits him. But there's not very many drivers on track anymore. We only got 9 drivers out on track turning laps, so that caution may never come.
Yeah, that's very true. It's been a long race. A lot of these drivers are they're probably exhausted, to be honest.
I'm
tired.
exhausted.
I'm out of breath. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm everything right now. So excited.
Ugly.
I'm always ugly. We got Pittman actually fell back a little bit from Chris Carroll up there, and
But I'm noticing the gap right now. They are getting closer and closer to Nicholas Casey. They are reeling him back in right now.
And I know I've said it a lot, and like I said, you're gonna hear it from me 1,000 more times. What if Casey's saving right now?
Hey,
Y'all make a decision on what happened with me in 17.
He could be saving.
Yeah, there's a racing yesterday. There's no caution. I can't do anything about it.
I'm gonna look at lap times. I'm gonna tell you if he's saving or not, or if these guys are actually just reeling him in. If he's still running the same lap time, I wonder if he's starting to burn up his tires a little bit. You gotta what? Okay, he's running a 29.001, and Chris Carroll ran a 29.010. So Nicholas Casey's actually still faster.
I think Nicholas is pacing himself right now, which is very, very smart. But I'm still worried because he jumped out to a 3-second lead. It was almost 4 seconds at one point. So that makes me nervous for that driver, thinking that maybe he's asked a little bit too much out of that 86 machine. We've actually seen
Very possible.
Daniel's kind of plateaued now too. He's still in the 28, so ran a 28.950. Nicholas ran a 29.001. But Chris Carroll ran a 28.963. So these lap times they're actually getting faster. And that's what I love about race car drivers. We go out here, we do 100 laps, and you know they're fast laps, but they're not great. But then that 101 lap, we just get faster and faster. It's like we pick up a 10th when we know we have to.
Oh yeah, once you hit within 100 to go, not even 100 to go. In these big races, maybe it's like 50 to go, but you hit that spot and it's go time. You don't care what your car does, you're in go mode.
We're coming up on 75 laps to go here, so I mean, yes, it's been a long race and there's still a little bit to go, but the laps are starting to wind down.
We see these drivers are starting to. I mean, they're still racing. They're bunched up for third, or second, third, fourth, and fifth, but they're starting to separate a little bit. They're about a car length between each of them, except for maybe Pittman and Kilroy, which are right next to each other. But they're starting to. I feel like we're starting to see some actual tire fall off. I know, still early. These guys took them. I don't know when they took them, how many laps ago, but
about 40 laps ago, bro. This is when they started filling them. It was about lap 55 earlier. I mean, they're getting close to that point.
Yeah, it's possible we're starting to see some drivers feel the effects of tire wear off.
As we go on back to the field a little bit, Christian Pittman still sitting P3 with Dalton Kilroy right behind him in the 41, and then your pick, Scotty Stevens, right there.
I still have confidence in Scotty here. We still got a while to go. It's, and I mean, everything can happen. People could wreck. People could even run out of gas. So you never know, man. I still feel confident that he could get up there and get it done.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's going to take a caution now to really shake up things, I think. Although they're not that far behind Nicholas. There's still a lot of laps left, so I'm probably wrong. But I don't know. I think there's still a lot of racing left, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They haven't... The moment I would say that they're safe is when the checkered flag flies.
Oh, absolutely. And that's when the money gets paid out. Remember, they're racing for $300 out here tonight.
We give them a turn up segment again, or just kind of roll with it?
LOL. So yeah, we're actually going to go into the band racing videos, turn it up one more time. Hopefully we actually get to do this one. What that does, folks, it gives myself and Jason Raymond, gives us a second kind of gather ourselves. We've been here talking for a few hours, so let's get focused on the leader. We'll go most exciting for y'all here, and we're going to go turn it up. We're going to take a brief intermission. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Alright guys, there you have it. We're back from the brief little turn it up number 2 of this race. We're currently on lap 188 of 250 laps here at the Summer Clash. We actually brought Keith Mack up in the broadcast booth with us here. He's been doing race control with us. He's going to come up here and here and give you a little bit of insight into that aspect of it. Keith Mack is standing in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening. So I'm sure your voice and mine's probably feels a lot better than what mine does. So give me your thoughts on the race thus far.
Well, I think it's interesting. You're watching Chris Carroll start to check out from the group of cars behind him. He's got a half a second on Dalton Kilroy right now, and he is pulling Nicholas Casey in by the second. He's catching him quick, and started about 10 laps ago. He's been pulling him in really, really quick here, and sure enough, the end of the race is coming, and here comes Chris Carroll for the win.
I think Chris Carroll played his cards right. So we saw Nicholas Casey actually jump out to what was it, almost a 4-second lead at one point, and we were saying up in the booth, Keith, is this driver using too much out of his equipment too early? Because yes, it's cool to be fast on lap 170, but man, it pays a lot more to be fast on lap 250.
Well, I agree with that, but I also think you can put a little bit of you're a lot more comfortable when you're not running with Chris Carroll at your back. If you can put 4 seconds in between and get away from the mess behind you, that's a good feeling. And I probably would have done the same thing.
I mean, driver did nothing wrong, and we talk about it every Tuesday night. I'm sure if you ever watch the broadcast back, you hear us. Getting to that driver in front of you is a small task, but trying to pass that driver, that's a much, much bigger mountain of a task. So, yes, you might be faster and you can get there to that driver, but Nicholas Casey, like I said about Chris Carroll earlier, Nicholas Casey's a veteran. He's not going to make too many mistakes around this racetrack.
Well, we saw him Thursday night. He was very fast Thursday night. He led a ton of laps on Thursday night, and he had, Jack breathing down his neck on Thursday. He held him off for a long time, so he may be able to hold off Chris for a while, but I don't know how long you can keep the dog chained up.
So how's your race control padre, Joshua Sexton? How's he holding up down there?
He called it about 75 laps ago. He goes, this thing's going to go green a long time. Because these guys that haven't taken tires are going to have a problem. He called it 75 laps, and sure enough, we've been green the entire time.
I did not like the strategy of not taking tires just because the amount of cars that were left, it was a battle of attrition at that point. So we didn't start with a whole lot of cars to begin with. So then we lost some, so less amount of cars out there, less of a chance for a caution to break out. And I mean, we've seen it here. They went on a long green flag run, and Chris Carroll in that 99 machine actually makes a very strong pass on Nicholas Casey going into 3 and 4, and that's going to put Chris Carroll in the top dog spot.
But now, if you notice when Daniel Henry passed Chris Casey at his lap back, Nick stayed right in his bumper. He actually ran it really well. He was a good chaser.
Hey, Pittman,
for a long time.
Sorry, Keith, to interrupt you. Christian Pittman has blew his motor up. Does anybody have any insight on what happened here?
I'm gonna go back and look at it right now. It looks like he was going through 3 and 4 fine. On the bottom, oh, he got a little loose and overcorrected to the outside wall. Oh,
and we know that driver did not have a fast repair earlier. I mean, he had to use his fast repair earlier, so he's out of a fast repair. So that's a very, very, very terrible way to end the night for Christopher Pittman. Going to end it ultimately about 55 laps early with a blown motor on lap 194.
Tough break. He was having a good run too. He started 13th, like I touched on earlier. He led a few laps here, and unfortunate way to end the night.
You see, Chris Carroll, I mean, he's opened it up on Dalton. He's right at about half a tenth ahead of Dalton right now, Keith. So when you came up in the booth and you said he's looking the strongest on the track right now, I don't think you was wrong in that assessment.
No, you get that fresh air. Chris likes fresh air. We see it every Tuesday night. When he's out in front, he's tough to catch.
As I seem to be the lap time guy tonight, I'll go through the field right now. I saw last time Chris Carroll ran a 29.013 compared to Dalton Kilroy's 28.982. So Dalton is actually faster, but it may not look like it. And then P3 driver Scotty Stevens ran a 28.937. So they're here. They are coming, but I don't know if, like you said earlier, like you said many times, catching him one thing, passing him some whole nother aspect.
Fastest car on the track right now is actually the 71 who's a lap down, and he only took two tires
earlier.
And he only took 2 tires in that stop that he took during
Okay, I'm glad you told us. I was wondering how he didn't lose a lot of on-track time, so he took 2 tires. That's why.
Took bright sides, and it's paying off right now. If he can get a yellow, he can make this thing interesting.
That's what he wants. So he got up there and got his lap back the good old-fashioned hard way by passing the leader. He was 2 laps down, so now he's sitting in the lucky dog spot, barring nobody else goes a lap down. If there is a mid-race, late-race caution here, that's going to put Daniel in a magnificent spot.
Hey, Tanner, when's the last time we've seen somebody under green flag get a lap back? I'll tell you what, the answer is this week. the number 5 car did that Thursday night. I'll tell you, if you can tighten him up to the field, I think he's another car that can make this interesting. He's just too far away from the draft right now.
That was, who was that? Eric Baker?
Eric Baker lost a lap, drove through the entire
That is
field.
right.
And got
That
lost
is
by
correct.
Davis.
I remember that now. I remember.
I do too. He passed to me. I was one of the cars that he passed. But I just wanna say I think Dalton is actually closing on Chris slowly but surely. I don't know if if I'm live or I don't know. It looks like he's kind of starting to close the gap a little
I
bit.
think it's a little bit of the draft. Oh, Scotty Stevens up in the wall. Ultimately able to keep that machine going straight, but I thought maybe we was going to get a caution right there. But yeah, Scotty Stevens may have just damaged us with some suspension. As we know, these cars, they're like tanks in some aspects, and in other aspects, you look at them wrong, you damage them. So that's something to keep an eye on with Scotty Stevens, as he just tried to climb the wall coming out of 4.
Not what I want to be hearing from you right now. Scotty Stevens was my pick, but you know it's okay. My pick is still.
You're picked on the lead lap. My pick's a lap down right now, so.
Let's just look. There's only 4 cars in the lead lap right now.
Exactly.
I did not realize that 4 cars are battling for this.
It actually just happened.
Eric Baker.
Eric Baker pit.
Oh, okay. That's why it happened. So Eric Baker.
I wonder if he was still on old tires.
He wasn't. He took his tires at like lap 119. Keith, remember he came over and said his tires were at 9%. He self spun,
right.
and he pitted way early versus everybody else. That's going to actually allow
Could have
Daniel.
been a fuel call though. You didn't think of that.
I bet he had to take fuel right then. I guarantee it. Daniel Hendry just found himself in the final remaining money spot. He's running P5 right now, 1 lap down.
Putting gas in the car and you pull money out of your pocket, man, that hurts.
Yep, it's just like real life. You got some fuel, you lost some cash.
Hey, you know that's very true. Gas is definitely not cheap, but.
Oh, you're like 12. You don't even have your driver's license yet.
Yes, I do. We don't talk about real life stuff. But anyways, as I was saying here, we'll see. Maybe the front runners will have to pay for fuel, and Eric Baker could just come up out of nowhere and tend for the win. It's still early. There's still many laps to go.
Oh, I mean, it's still up for anybody. If you're on the track right now, you have a chance, and that's the beauty of these races. But talking about your age one more time, since you got off that really quick, Keith, let him know. We probably have socks older than him, huh?
Stocks. I might have kids I don't even know about that are older than him.
Okay, well, I'm not that young for everybody watching. I am a legal adult, so these guys are just...
He's
they're
16.
tired.
That's the age of consent where he's at.
I'm 18, but okay.
You can't drink.
I can't. You're right. Not legally, at least.
So Scotty Stevens climbed the wall, right? But if you notice, he's now getting back in front of Nick Casey. And now he's got his eyes set on Dalton Killer. I wonder if he can pull Dalton in. And with money on the table, does that change you how you're attacking your teammate? Are you going to really go after your teammate?
Well, we saw it earlier. So Christian Pittman and Scotty Stevens, they were battling for the lead. And in my mind, I was like, all right, boys, y'all sort it out, because I can only imagine what the group checks is going to be like if they do come out here and wreck each other with $300 on the line. Because we did the math earlier, Keith. If you win this race, you're getting $180. That's a pretty good night for just racing in your bedroom or wherever you're at.
Geez, that'd give me an upgrade to my IKEA desk.
So I'll let y'all talk as I go through. I'm going to do the math for all positions, and we'll know what everybody gets real quick. So first, it's going to get 180. Second, we'll get...
Might take a while, guys. Give him
seconds.
time.
No, I'm not 17 like you are. I can do math. Second's going to get $60. Third is going to get $30. Fourth is going to get $18. So you're still gaining some money.
Jason's age?
What?
You getting Jason's age?
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just not.
And if you finish fifth,
ever broadcast again.
If you finish fifth, you're going to get $12. So not a bad night. I mean, it did cost $13, so you're actually going to not make any money if you finish fifth. But you got to come out here, race for the opportunity to win $180. So still a good night. And so Scotty Stevens is catching Dalton. I mean, he is there. And I had messed up. There we go. So that
So
time,
as you were saying, like you know, 5th place gets $12, but that's still better than walking away negative $15.
Exactly.
So,
And you came out here, you paid 15 for a chance to win 180.
Sounds like me at the casino. Play 15 to win 12.
Right. Oh, if I go to the casino
I
and
can't
play,
relate to that one because I'm
yep,
yeah,
not old
actually,
enough yet.
I am. I can do scratchers. That's
Scratchers. Scotty Stevens, listen guys, let's get back on topic because Scotty Stevens is pushing right now. I watched how deep he drove it in 3 and 4, and look at him, he's gonna get to the back bumper. Ooh, I thought he was gonna give Dalton a little push right then. He almost gave him an attaboy right on the back.
But who's in the wins? Nick Casey sitting right there waiting for someone to make a mistake.
You're exactly right. But and you see that blue car, these drivers. So we're actually riding on cockpit view with Scotty Stevens right now, and that blue car up front, that's the leader. And it's bad because that blue car's getting smaller and smaller, and that means Chris Carroll's opening up that gap more and more.
Cha-ching.
I see a puff of smoke right there. I'm not sure. Probably just some blinking going on there, but you know, no cautions out, so no harm, no foul. Keep going.
Well, Technus is back out there turning laps. He is currently 29 laps down. I really hope he don't do anything to interfere with this race. As a race promoter, those are thoughts that go through my head.
I don't think he would.
Now.
He's out there. His teammates still out there with Robert Orange running in the 7th spot. So they're probably over a couple cautions to give him a chance. So.
Right. I just about burnt myself. Nice. I did burn myself actually. Window up out.
So back to Jason's age. Not only can he get scratchies,
oh my God,
he can also buy cigarette butts now. Congratulations on that.
No, I can't actually.
What? You can't?
What?
My state is
my
21.
state. Yeah, my state's 21 now too as well. Kentucky is. Welcome to the world of Democrats.
I'm too old. I guess I wouldn't know that. But it's a lot of years. And Scotty is right up Dalton's rear end.
He's sniffing Daddy. What is that? Is that a pizza shop? What is Daddy-O's?
I think it's a barber shop.
Well then, Scotty's getting a haircut. All right. I thought it was pizza. I was gonna say he's sniffing that
like
Daddy-O's pizza. I'm hungry. Leave me alone.
Giving Dalton the haircut right now. He is right on the back bumper. He's going to have to tell Dalton pretty soon, move it or lose it. We're on lap 215. This race has been a long one, boys, but it's starting to wind down here at the Summer Class 250 presented by Five Kings Motorsports. If you're still with us at home, thank y'all for that. And give us a shout out, give us a comment, give us a like, throw us something.
Let us know who you're rooting for in the comments if you're still here.
Could it have?
Oh, here he goes. There goes Dalton. He saved it. Ooh. He saved it. That cost some money because Nick Casey had around him too.
I'm telling you guys, the tires are starting to feel the effect. Yes, they took tires, but they took tires 75, 80 laps.
Ooh, caution. Jonathan Tuckness spun right in front of Chris Carroll.
What I was worried about.
Immediately disconnected.
That's what I was afraid of.
I'm going to make sure there's no contact there. Chris Carroll avoided it. Great heads-up driving. That was close.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a little loose on the way in.
Good job. 33 to go.
Just change everything. Hendry gets his lap back in the 5 spot. Gets a chance to cool those tires off now. He may be able to go in and take his left sides if he wants to. Game on. Who picked Daniel to start this? Was that you, Tanner?
I did.
Oh yeah.
And this may be your chance. This could be it right here.
Called it 30 laps to go.
Yep. So all my admins agree. So I thought.
Fuel strategy.
Yeah, they gotta be taking some fuel, and Daniel's gonna take his lucky dog wave around, and he's probably gonna come in and take his left sides. I don't.
Now, based on Thursday's race, left sides probably don't mean a whole lot.
I don't think it's gonna mean a whole lot, honestly. But his right sides are still fresher than these guys. Not by a lot. Not by a lot, but they are a little bit fresher.
Literally knew it was happening.
Well, and he is an experienced driver. He's won a ton of races. He knows how to win. He knows what to do to get around guys. He'll set them up when he has to. This is going to be an awesome last 25, 30 laps. I can't wait.
Definitely should be exciting here. I'm to it as I'm going to pay attention to the race off pit road to see how this goes.
Nicholas
got it.
My man.
And it doesn't even matter because I was not on live replay, so that is cool.
I didn't even watch the replay right there. I didn't even see what happened with Tuck. Let's see if I have time to go back and watch it.
He got down a little too low, clipped the apron, and sent the car around.
I just want to see what it looked like. As soon as Chris Carroll got up to him. Yep. I can't say much. Alright guys, we're back here. We're about to go green flag racing. I don't like it. I don't like that at all though. But I do like the fact we're about to go green flag racing. And Eric Baker, he led a lot of laps earlier, folks. He is a lap down. Oh, he is a lap down. Oh, but
He's
he
gonna
will
get a wave around.
He'll get the wave around right here.
And Robert Warren's gonna get a wave around
Wait,
as well.
why would he get the wave around though?
I don't
Because they're
know.
in front of the
They're in front of the leaders.
Front of the leaders, yeah. Wait, what happened to Nicholas Casey? What? Scotty Stevens is up in the lead. Why is Nicholas Casey did he pit again?
He went back down pit road.
Alright, well, I did not see that because, like I said earlier, I was not live. I need to get better with that. But these two, we're going to have two Five Kings Motorsports drivers up on the front row, and I know it's coming down to go time. So, will they be friends or will they be enemies?
I don't know, but I'm curious to see if Robert Warren, they are getting a wave, so that's going to put them on the lead lap. So, you want to tell me he didn't self-spin on purpose? I don't know what to tell you.
That doesn't make sense why they get that, because Daniel Hendry got the lucky dog.
It's because everybody else pitted though, so they were in between them. They were in between the pace car and the lap car. So in real life, Keith, it wouldn't happen. It don't happen. iRacing lets it happen. We had this happen in a Blazing Pedal Sunday night race about 3 weeks back.
I've never been this lucky.
You can actually get it where, so we'll give you a little scenario on what actually happened Sunday. Guy got the lucky dog, didn't pit, and everybody else pitted because it was a long stint, and he got 2 laps back at 1 caution. But we're going green flag racing here, boys. I'm trying to keep it pulled up to see if our drivers do get back on the lead lap or not. It's going to shake things up. But Scotty Stevens right now got the good jump going in turn 1. With teammate Dalton in that 41 looking up behind him, but just going to follow in single file. There's not a lot of guys on track right now, but there's a lot of talent. These drivers back here, they are leaning on each other. Eric Baker and Daniel in a 71 were leaning on each other. But look, I'm still showing Eric Baker, Robert Warren's a lap down.
Ooh,
Daniel.
He's coming in. Did he get a black flag going there?
Daniel Hendry going down on
He got a black flag earlier for changing lanes before the start finish line. I would have caught him again.
I don't know.
I didn't hear an announcement, but I'm gonna watch. Let me see if I can see anything on why.
So Eric Baker and Robert Warren are still a lap down. They did not get the lap back, so I'm glad about that because I was going to be really upset.
Hendry's stopping. He had to stop and go.
I wonder what happened. Because even if it was a penalty from iRacing, you don't just stop and go. You got to stop. You know, it serves as a penalty. There's no such thing as a stop and go penalty in iRacing.
He legit just stopped and won. I just
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Now he's getting the leaders right up his rear end to keep that lap. He's in
trouble.
Dalton's way out wide.
Yeah, Dalton swung it out wide there. You can't make mistakes now. Now you're in the business to come out here and not.
Three wide.
Yep, you got to hit your marks. You got to try not to go 3 wide at Phoenix. But luckily for Chris Carroll and Dalton Kilroy, Nicholas Casey did back out of it. But man, oh man. These guys, they are racing hard to try to get that P2 spot because in order to be P1, at first you got to be P2, and it looks like Chris Carroll's going to ultimately grab it. Nicholas Casey's going to go up a little bit higher, but now they got to try the task of trying to get the Scotty Stevens with about 25 to go. We got about 26 laps to go here, so this race is starting to wind down. Look at the lap times.
Their fastest lap times of the race right now.
These guys are
hauling.
Turning their fastest laps of the race. Scotty Stevens with a 28.617 and Chris Carroll with a 6.66. So they are turning their fastest laps of the race right now.
Same thing happened on Thursday. The fastest lap of the race for me and Jason, and I think Eric Baker was the second to last lap.
Second to last lap. I said this earlier in the broadcast booth. It's amazing as racers. So like when there's like 10 laps to go, we feel like our tires are shot. When there's like 2 laps to go, though, we pick up another 10. How's that work? I don't know, but it's just because we are competitive and we have a will not die attitude. But Chris Carroll,
or it's a we will die attitude. It could be the opposite also. It's both sides of that.
well, maybe.
Okay, well, if you have a we will die attitude, then I don't know what
Chris
to tell
Carroll put a 5.58 up at last time by. This time by 6.60, but he is a little bit faster. He was 0.2 faster than Scotty Stevens. It's going to be hard for Scotty to keep at 99, that bright blue machine of Chris Carroll behind him, as Chris Carroll elects to cut the dog leg as far as he could.
And Hendry just turned a 4.73. Fastest car in the lap on the track.
Needs a caution, though, to get up there. It's worthless if you're out in front of the pack like that.
As we see, there's a car wreck on the inside of turn 3.
Eric Baker. No caution.
Eric Baker, yeah. Tough break for Eric Baker. I'm going to go back and see. Was hard hit or what happened there?
He's in the pits, I know that.
The car just snapped on him straight down into the inside wall. He never actually hit the inside wall, as he has elected to exit the race.
Chris Carroll's doing everything he can right now. There he goes. He's going looking low on Scotty Stevens. I don't think Scotty's going to be able to fight it. Chris Carroll drove it off in there deep that time, boys. He's getting loose. He's having to chase that car. He was really having to chase it. They're going to go side by side through the dog leg. Chris has the preferred line as he's going to cut that dog leg as much as he can. But Scotty is not rolling over. He's going to fight back. He's going to try to get this momentum, guys, coming off turn 3 and 4 here. He's not going to allow Chris Carroll to clear him, I don't believe. I think he's going to be able to drop right up beside him. They're drag racing down the front stretch.
Great racing up front right now. Side-by-side racing. Got the top 4 sitting under a blanket right now. As these guys are racing super hard. We just crossed 20 to go.
That's Dalton Kilroy. He's following the 99. He's giving him a push to the dog leg. They are almost taking out the inside pit wall. Bluey the Cone is no more. They done killed him. Now they're going to try to kill the inside wall, but Scotty Stevens ultimately overshot turn 3 a little high, and that allowed Dalton Kilroy to actually clear him as well. So Scotty went from hero to 0, P1 to P3, just like that. But now they got Chris Carroll in that blue and yellow Napa 99 machine, currently leading this race with under 20 to go.
We see these drivers starting to. They're kind of separating a little bit. We see Chris Carroll. They're not going to let him walk away from. They're not going to let Chris Carroll walk away from them. So, interesting to see. We got about 20 laps to go. If these guys will work together or continue to try to race to advance their position.
No, it's a little different with money on the line here. If this is a Tuesday night, they may just say, "Hey, we'll take second, third."
Right, take our points and go.
You ain't doing that when there's money on the line. When you're looking at rearview mirror, you see a guy you don't know sitting behind you, waiting for money. You've got to go.
There's $30 difference between second and third. There's $120 difference between second and first. So, you just put that into perspective or whatever and think about it. And Scotty's actually entering a little bit lower, but I think Dalton is a little bit faster that time around, but Dalton actually pushed up a little bit, got a little loose, slid in on the entry there. Scotty's just going to have to capitalize on one. If Dalton is to make a mistake, Scotty's got to be able to capitalize.
But I think the race to watch here, Nick is going to set Scotty up.
That's what I'm saying. So Scotty's focused on Dalton to make a mistake, but you can't be too focused, because then you'll make a mistake, and that's going to let Nicholas end up taking P3 away from Scotty.
So that time around, Nick took a higher line going through turn 3 and 4. I was wondering if he was going to make a jump down coming out of 4. I bet he's getting ready to see how that's going to work for him.
So
lap time guy back at it again. Last time by Chris Carroll was a 28.840 compared to Dalton's 28.820. Let's see what they compare this time by. But last time by it was Dalton with the faster lap. This time Dalton ran a 28.901 compared to Chris Carroll's 28.834.
So I think right here, I think you're right, Keith, about Nicholas. I think he is kind of laying in wake right now. He's kind of falling back. Had a bad entry in turn 1. It kind of hurt him. But as he gets closer and closer to Scotty Stevens, I think we're going to witness a crossover move here where he's going to go high and then dip low coming out of turn 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. You watch him. He's peeked at it a few times. When he makes it, he can't miss it because Scotty's going to give him one chance to
Exactly.
do that.
Exactly. You get one shot. That's what I was saying. You got one. Eminem said it best. You got one shot, one opportunity. Jason, I'm sure you don't know who Eminem is, but he was a rapper back in the
I
day.
do know who Eminem is. I'm not that young.
So broadcasting from 5 Mile, right? So the other part you missed here is Daniel Hendry's still the fastest car on the track.
Right. Just on the opposite end of it, brother. But he is in a
like
money
leader
spot.
to me.
Right, yeah. I mean, he's leading these guys around. Just tough break. I don't know why he pitted for. I never heard Josh announce a lane change. I'm flabbergasted, guys. I don't know.
I wonder if iRacing gave him a penalty for something.
But they don't.
They don't just blinked out for a second.
They don't do stop and go penalties, though. That's I don't understand. Yeah, Dalton is actually blinking quite a bit on track right now.
Oh,
is he gone again? Okay, yep. That's if you're Scotty Stevens right now. That's not what you want to see.
That's not.
When
at
that
all.
happens, you don't know where they are.
Did he lay off him a little bit? Look at Nick looking low.
Yeah, that's messed up because Dalton has his hands full up front. Don't know where. Scotty don't know where Dalton's going to be when he comes back. It may not slow him down, but it just changes how he's racing the track. And Scotty gets actually a little bit loose right there.
I'll tell you, Nick's right rear tire must be gone because you can see him wrestling with that.
Yes,
car
he
as
is. He is absolutely wrestling that wheel. I want to go on board with Nicholas Casey, see how he chases him down, but don't blink now because Dalton Kilroy, he has drove to the back bumper of that 99 machine.
Oh, as he blinks, he blinks.
Every time he blinks, he comes back a little bit faster than before.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if there's something going on here. I don't know why Josh is not hollering at him that he's blinking.
He is. He's closing on him. Every time he blinks, he comes back closer. Uh-oh. He hasn't came back yet. Oh, he's back.
Nobody knows where you're at right now.
Oh, there he goes. There's the announcement.
10-4. Hopefully it clears up. I lower my screen.
Now you see what Scotty's having to deal with out his windshield. So not only is this mirror full, look, see right there? Scotty had to wait to get back in the throttle because he knew he was closing in. And when Dalton came back, oh no. Did Dalton give him Dalton gave him the position.
That sucks.
You know,
Dalton was having such a good run. I feel like.
I mean, it's
Dalton
not
had-
over yet. It ain't over.
Yeah, for
but
sure,
kudos
but-
to Dalton right then. Kudos to Dalton. He did the right thing right then. Not only for a teammate, just for a racer in general. But now look, that's the way iRacing is. iRacing gets so ruthless. The minute he got in the third, he quit blinking.
Nope, no. I thought he was gonna let Nick go in too. He's still blinking.
I even said it in Discord. I was like, I swear to God, if I let you buy, I'm not blinking.
As we hear him in iRacing chat right now.
Yep.
He's saying that as soon as I let you buy,
He was blinking really bad, Dalton. But literally, as soon as you let him by, you stopped. But now you're going again.
But
I
now,
applaud you for doing what you did.
Is Chris Carroll got a tire issue? Because now that Dalton let Scotty go by, Scotty has climbed right up on Nick, and for a while, it looked like
He
Scotty was
could
going
have
to fall
burned his
back.
tires off.
I'm wondering.
Scotty looked like he was going to be going backwards in the wrong direction. Now he looks like an animal out there.
I'm wondering if Chris Carroll's kind of playing patty cake with him almost, meaning he's just kind of maintaining right now, just keeping the pace and not pushing extra hard. Or he has used up his tires because he did jump out to not a big league. Scotty's actually going to try to look underneath Chris Carroll here. He's not going to be able to get there this time by, but you keep working at it and you will eventually get there. As Chris Carroll goes, he's going to swing it
inside.
out way high. They're going to be side by side coming out 3 and 4. This is when it gets dangerous, boys, when that right rear's been cooked all race. Chris Carroll's loose. That's going to allow Scotty Stevens to get into the lead spot. That's going to put Dalton Kilroy in that 41 with him.
Oh, and Nick Casey.
And Nick Casey. Man, a tale of misfortunes right there as Dalton gets loose. Dalton's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. He's going to take out Chris Casey. He's going to take out Chris Carroll with him. Chris Carroll's going to go straight. That's going to allow Scotty Stevens to actually be the top dog once again. Oh, my goodness gracious. That's going to be the second EOL in Dalton Kilroy. He just got himself a pass-through penalty.
Which Hendry is now back.
Up
with everybody else.
That was under the radar for a little while there. We didn't even think of that.
Boys.
not only is he the fastest car on the lap, he's also in 4th place when Dalton goes in for his odd transfer.
Is it gonna be? You think we'll go caution long enough for green white checkered, or you think we'll get
I
like
don't know.
4
I'm not
laps?
sure.
I'm not sure how
Drivers,
iRacing does that.
please be mindful if you finish in the top 5, come to the Discord for an interview. Drivers, please be mindful if you finish in the top 5, come to Discord for an interview.
Oh, wait. Conspiracy theory. Robert Warrens is now back in the lead lap again.
I don't think. No, he's not. He's still a lap down from me.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
He should be getting.
He's gonna get.
He should be lucky dog
Yeah,
right
he
here.
should be lucky dog. Who pitted? Who went down? Did Nick Casey get on pit road again?
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah,
had to.
Casey and Dalton Kilrow.
Lucky dog high.
Yep,
Oh,
here-
yeah,
here
there he is.
comes.
Lucky dog
Here
guy.
comes.
You think these two? Let's watch these cars. We'll know if Dalton uses a fast repair because his car will be clean. Nicholas, it's gonna be hard to tell. No fast repair.
Nicholas already out. No fast repair for Dalton either. Did Nicholas lose one? No fast repair for either driver.
Dalton just shut the car off. Fired it back up. It's going to be a pass-through penalty for Dalton if I do. I mean, if race control deems him at fault for that caution, we don't know how race control is going to decide that. We're in the booth, not race control. But if race control deems him at fault, that is going to be a pass-through penalty for that 41 machine.
I will say, the 95 should have the freshest tires here.
So Scotty gave us an interview earlier. This is around like lap 100. And he said, watch out for Robert Warrens because everybody had their tires down to like 26, 27% right rear, Keith. And Robert Warrens was like 50%. Because the whole first part of this race, the whole first 100 laps, all he was doing was just driving. He wasn't abusing his tires. So he was able to go longer before he had to pit. So him and Hendry have the quote-unquote freshest tires. They're definitely not fresh at this point. Because I'll be honest. Oh, listen.
Driver got real loose, got it under control, but the driver behind him wasn't able to get slowed up.
Race control deemed it as a racing incident. Yikes. That's a good break for Dalton Kilroy. So guys,
Might be going 1 to go here.
guys, these lights are about to go off on this pace car. I'll let you change your pick one more time if you want to. Keith Mack, who you got?
I think out front, I like Scotty, but I think Daniel is going to make the super awesome watch. I think Daniel's going to get it. Nope, Chris Carroll. Change it again. It's going to be Chris Carroll this time.
All right, Jason Raymond, you went Scotty Stevens. When we first started this race, we were on lap 7 when you picked Scotty Stevens. Your pick's still out there going P1. We go back green flag racing here. Who you got?
I gotta stick with it, man. I feel like we got green white checkered here. Just got notified of green white checkered. I feel like he'll be able to hold on.
Daniel, I picked Daniel. I'm going to stick with him, but he is currently clutching right now. Look at him. He's all the way down there. He is on the clutch. No power provided.
All right, drivers, remember, no lane change on this restart. Good luck.
This is where it's going to get interesting, boys. You're about to make some money or some enemies right here. Which one are you going to make? You got...
You might want to get a headphone user beware here because we're gonna get excited.
Where's
up
Dalton?
I don't know.
Dalton's trying to catch up.
He's coming. He's way back.
He's not gonna be up there for the restart.
All right, here
As
we
these
go.
drivers go green.
Scotty's got the
Green flag
good
is up.
jump. That's going to let 71 and 99 battle on this green-white checker here. Who's going to be the
That's
winner?
what he wants. That's
Yes,
what
he wants them drivers side by side. Scotty Stevens enters 1 and 2 a
here comes
little
the
bit
95.
slower. The 71 had a good 1 and 2. 95's trying to get to the inside of Carroll. But Scotty Stevens, he's going to use all that dog leg. Go down to the apron just about. Coming in 3 and 4. That 71 is quicker. He is coming. I promise you that 71's coming. But is he going to have the time? I do not know.
Be ready for the UPS send in turn 3 from the 71. He saw that earlier. He knows it's possible now. He's got the
You
pressure
see
tires.
Scotty,
So
Scotty's just trying to hit marks at this point. He's trying to bring it home for Five Kings Motorsports. We've been live and we brought you the action the whole time. This
Here
time
comes the
by,
train.
this will be the last
Oh,
time in
oh.
3 and 4.
Oh.
Daniel's there.
he's gonna get a pump.
Daniel's going to try to give him the bump and run. He's
He's
not
not
going to be able
gonna
to
get
get there.
there.
Scotty Stevens is going to come out of turn 4 and he's going to win his first ever big money event. That's Scotty Stevens in the O2 winning the Summer Class 250. Woo! What a race! What a race! Scotty Stevens just got himself $180 richer. Was a late race entrant. He did not
Great
join
race,
this
Scotty.
race.
Top
He literally registered to drive in this event 20 minutes before we started. Scotty Stevens in the O2 machine just won the Summer Clash 250. Woo! Burn it down, young son. Burn it down.
Thanks, Robert.
That guy is all smiles right now.
Attaboy,
Oh, you
Scotty.
know he's excited.
If I was sensible, didn't move my right rear, maybe I would have been in better contention. But you guys raced awesome up front.
I want to thank every one of y'all for sticking it out. We had some people leave. If you're in the top 5 and don't want to interview, it's whatever. But top 3 for sure. I want you in the Crooked Line Discord ASAP.
I'm really curious to find what Daniel's take is on that. What
Who?
looked like a stop and go.
Who finished third?
Chris Carroll finished P3 as a top. Guys, we're making a triangle.
Chris Carroll, this is Tanner Marr, Keith Mack, and Jason Raymond. Excuse me, sorry, in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a big fat copy, sir.
Man, Chris, I'll be totally honest. When there was like 30 laps to go before that caution, we're tucking this kind of. I'm going to go out on a limb and say pull some shenanigans, pull out in front of you and spin like that. Before that, man, you were looking like top dog. You looked like you saved your equipment just enough. This is one of your first big money events with us, and the Tourmalin's nonetheless. Talk me through it. How'd you like it?
It was a really fun race out there, but I agree, man. I think I hurt my tires really bad missing that guy at the end. Not sure who spun out there, but I locked him up really hard, and I really hurt the tires there. So, Scotty did a good job there, man. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He deserved that. He managed his tires. He stayed out of trouble. He did everything you have to do there. So, credit to Scotty, man. Good job on him.
Well, Chris, we appreciate hearing that. Scotty is a Five Kings member, and he went winless for a long time, Chris. We did a lot of league races, and he finally won his first league race like 2 weeks back. So, as a friend and a broadcaster, it does feel good calling Scotty Stevens up to win this race. I mean, because I think, hands down, you and Daniel in the 71, as far as the cars were left, y'all had the fastest pieces out there.
Yeah, he did a great job, man. I cannot take away anything from Scotty. He was fast on a couple long runs there I saw. So I mean, I don't take anything away from him though, man. He did a great job.
It was a great race. I mean, all three of y'all put on a show, and thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, Chris, for coming out. You're fairly new to Crooked Line. We talk often through Discord and stuff like that, and we appreciate your support, buddy, and we're glad you came out. Before we cut you loose, we've been here for a long time. I'm ready to cut loose, cut bait. But before we do that, Chris, you got any sponsors or shout you want to throw out there before we finish up here?
Yeah, I got to thank USAFirearms.com. They get these cars out to the track and help me get racing out here. So those guys are awesome, Brian Zimmerman and all those guys. And I got to thank Pit Lizard Performance, but most of all, I got to thank you guys for putting this stuff on, man. These things are really fun to do, and I know you guys. You know, it's a thankless gig doing what you do, modding all the time, and probably fitting the bill too. So we appreciate Somewhere to Race, my man. It's really cool.
I told you
Dude, if
before.
you want to donate your winnings, I'm sure Tana would not turn you down.
So, Chris, you brought home P3. I forgot off the top of the head. I think you brought home $18 tonight. Or wait, yeah, $18. I mean, it's not great, I know, but you still gained $3.
I gained $3 and I got beat by Scotty, and that's all right with me. I'm cool with that.
All right, buddy. Well, Chris, buddy, I tell you all the time, we appreciate you coming out. Thank you, and good race tonight. I'm glad to have you.
Thank you, man. That was fun.
You can kiss my smoocher.
All right, Daniel. This is Tanner, Jason, Keith up in the Five Kings booth. Buddy, well, I got to ask before I even ask you anything. Why did you go down and pit there towards the end? It was right after we took the second to last caution. What happened? What was it? Fuel?
Second last caution.
Keith Mack, do you have a lap count about?
I can find it. It looked like a stop and go. It was really.
You literally just stopped and go. You stopped and went, Daniel.
I'm pretty positive I had a penalty. Yeah.
I know.
And, hang on, let me look back through here.
I'm looking right now for you. I'm guessing maybe lap 219. 222 right in that area.
Yeah.
It was strange because you went down pit road, you stopped, and you went. So, and that's what I thought. I thought honestly, because there wasn't very many cars out there, Daniel. I thought that pretty much sealed the fate for you because I wasn't expecting a caution. You know.
It's a little bit, but I think I had it hemmed up there to start with because I was on. Once I blew the tire and I got out front, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
Right. I mean,
That last time, yeah. Let me see.
I just told Chris Carroll. I think you and him right there at the end. You had the freshest rubber, you and Warren. But I think if that race goes on 2, maybe even 3 more laps, I think it's a different outcome. But nonetheless.
Oh, if I had another lap or two to actually get a run on him when I was close, yeah.
I mean, still though, brother. Kudos. You came out here. You had an uphill battle, bro. I mean, you had the fastest car without a doubt.
Did it to myself every damn time too.
And it put you behind the 8 ball, I know. And I picked you earlier on. You were my pick, so I'm just one spot short, brother.
Wasn't by much. I mean, I could have drove in and wrecked him, but that's no fun. So
that's not you. That ain't you. But regardless, you're $60 richer. So
absolutely, I appreciate it.
You got any? Absolutely, brother. I'd love to have you come out on Tuesday nights in our mod league. But before we cut you out, you got any sponsors or shout you want to throw out there?
Definitely want to shout out to Coney Setup Shop, Martin Sports. He's been a big supporter. Shenandoah Shine. Oh man, we got all kinds of people just getting added into the mix. But yeah, those are the main ones right there that I think deserve the most credit. CGE as well, because that's obviously the team I run for. I don't know if you guys noticed, but yeah, it's fun.
I tell you what, when we get on here, me being a team owner, I understand the sponsors aspect of it. So people don't realize that, sponsors may not buy us rigs or nothing like that, but they do help us out with the support. It keeps us going and it pushes us a little bit harder, especially in these big events like that. So shout out to the laundry list you had right then. Shout out to McConey. I mean, we're brothers in that aspect. And good finish tonight, Daniel. Good job on the P2, brother.
Thank you.
All righty. All right, before we get to the race winner, we're going to change up the pace a little bit. I know Scotty's ready to talk, but he'll be all right. We'll make him wait just a little bit longer. Our P5 finisher tonight was Robert Warrens. You got a copy. This is Tanner in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, Tanner?
Robert, man, you played the tire game the first 150 laps, brother. You went out there, and I called it. I was like, Robert's just riding around. He's letting these other guys kill their equipment. Ultimately, just ran out of time there at the end, but talk me through it.
Yeah, my pitch strategy went away from me because I stayed out too long and I cooked my right rear and she popped. And then once she popped, I lost all my good track position. But that yellow flag, just before that, I was able to show what I had left in the car. And I was pulling away for a good 2-3 seconds. And then, just fate bit me there. And I was fortunate enough because I had like 5 laps short of fuel. And I was praying for a caution if there was God out there today. That was basically it. And they touched, and I got back on the lead lap, but I needed a little bit more time to show how much right rear I had left. I had 60% right rear left.
So you were saving. You did a good job saving all night then.
Yeah, that was my strategy, Tanner. I was like, I'm not going to mess around. These guys want to bump and bang up front. Like, I'm just going to hang back in 10th, and, it's going to come to me because that's what happens. You wait, it comes to you.
Right. And, I mean, granted, now, the caution didn't fall for you to where you and Daniel could have pitted, but if it did, y'all was going to look like the smartest people in the room.
Yeah, well, it doesn't happen too often.
Well, I mean, trust me, I'm a racer 6 nights out of the week. I've been in your shoes. I've been on both sides of it, so I understand it completely, Robert. But I enjoyed watching you out here tonight, brother. You almost put on a clinic when it comes to tire strap.
Yeah, no, thank you for recognizing that. I mean, unfortunately, it just didn't work out. But I really enjoyed racing with the group of guys. Like, there was probably a good almost dozen guys that you're comfortable run door to door with.
Exactly.
And, I'll be honest, I haven't run with this group before, and there's only a couple names I did know, but for me, there was a lot of trust, and I was very happy with that amount of trust that I developed with the field really quick.
So the last event we did, Robert, we had over $1,000 in the pot, but that's because we had over 40 people signed up. This time we went about it a little bit different. I only signed up people I knew or heard of. I've raced with Rob. I've raced with you and officials. I've raced with Dennis. Everybody that was in this lobby tonight, I vouched for basically because I knew y'all come out here and y'all put on a good show. And I'm really bummed out I didn't get to race with y'all tonight. I was supposed to. Broadcast reported out, so I was up here instead. But woe me, still. Congratulations, buddy. I know it's only $12, but regardless, I know you had a good time. You put on a good show tonight, Robert. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's better than a goose egg, right? So
Exactly.
I was super happy to be here, and I'll look for other events by you guys. This is actually my first ever money race. I've never raced for any type of cash before.
I told Daniel, and I'll tell you, and Tuckness already knows, we do this every Tuesday night. It may not be for money, but the top half of our Tuesday night series is so competitive that it's almost sickening right now. So
yeah, I even enjoyed the set. So I thought the set was great for
we worked hard. We worked on it a lot. So we detuned it a little bit to make it where everybody could drive it. So it ain't exactly what we would take to official, but I think it gave y'all enough wiggle room as far as racing around each other.
Yeah, I agree. Great set.
All right then, Robert. Well, thank you, buddy. Congratulations on P5. That was a roller coaster of a race, but you finished it on a high, finishing in the money spot. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night, boys.
Yes, sir. Nick Casey, this is Tanner Marr in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Tanner, I'm still here.
I'm sorry, man. I'm a talker. We get to take forever. I'm sorry. I'm still here, too. Don't worry. But, Nick, buddy, you were so fast on Thursday. You brought that speed with you here and then some. You were really fast tonight, getting out here, leading some laps. You jumped out to a 4-second lead over Chris Carroll's, over all them fast guys. A 4-second lead. Talk me through it.
Oh, man, Tanner, I'm going to keep it nice, sweet, short with you. I'm tired. I'm sweating. I'm ready for bed. I got to thank my crew chief, Ray Ferreira. He was in the Discord with me the entire night. He was telling me lap times, telling me this, telling me that. All things goes to him. As far as the 4-second lead, I'm not sure, man. We were baffled, wondering if they were saving fuel, saving tires. But we know our strategy coming in. We stuck to it, and hey, we're leaving with some money.
Absolutely, Nick. You were consistent. That's what it was. We were checking lap times, and you were consistent. And shout out to Ray. When he was in Discord, I was like, why wouldn't he come out here and race? But that's a true friend right there, helping Nick out. And just the information a spotter/crew chief can give you is so important. And Nick, we won't hold you up anymore. I'll say congratulations on your P4 before we cut you loose. You got any sponsor shout you want to throw out there before we talk to our race winner?
Absolutely. Everybody up here in New England watching at home, I was throwing the broadcast link around. Hopefully they got a chance to watch it tonight. It was a hell of a race. Hope it was for you guys watching. See you Tuesday.
I want to apologize, Nick, because like I said, we were supposed to have a professional broadcaster. That broadcaster kind of did me a little dirty at about 1 o'clock in the morning this morning. So I just found out literally that we didn't have a broadcaster after paying and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. We brought it to him live and in living color. But that's Nick Casey right there, P4 in the number 86 machine.
Hey, thanks, Five Kings.
Yes, sir. All right. And then there was one, Scotty freaking Stevens. We talked to you earlier in the race, Scotty. What the freak is up? What's the haps? Talk to me.
It's about time I finished well at Phoenix. I'll tell you that. Always fast. Always either do something myself or get wrecked out by someone else. But glad we could capitalize on it tonight.
You kept your nose clean all race long. Was you involved in any incidents tonight, Scotty?
I was about lap 130. I brought out the caution.
That's right. I remember.
The right rear blew.
Yep.
Hit the inside wall. Went in, took a fast repair. Got 4 fresh fuel goods and got it back on track.
So that reminds me. I actually forgot about it. We sat here so long talking. You actually got into the wall coming out of turn 4 with about 10, 11 laps to go.
Yeah. I don't know if it was 10 or 11 to go, but it was somewhere toward the end of the race. Yeah. I was pushing hard, trying to get a run on Kilroe, and just pushed up out of 4 there and rode the wall a little bit. Kept it up there so I didn't come back down on Casey, and in hopes the caution didn't fly. Luckily, it didn't. I was able to rebound back from that. Kilroe had a little misfortune there, got around him and set sail for Chris Carroll, man. Chris Carroll was fast all
He
night.
was. He was.
I thought for sure. I didn't think at all one bit that I was going to be able to get around him, but got that run out of 2, hit that apron, got a nose up under him. He had to go up a little bit, and I think we door banged just a little bit coming out of 4.
It was net code. It was a little bit of net code, but
was
still,
it?
Yep, it's all right. No harm, no foul.
But yeah, after that he dropped back to 4th or 5th place there, and I was like, man, that kind of sucks. I hope I wasn't the real cause of that. Then that caution flew, man, and my hands started sweating.
I thought y'all were screwed, brother. I thought y'all were done for.
I did too. I knew Robert Warrens was saving tires.
Well, Daniel in the 71. I mean, he was the fastest guy on the track that entire last run. He just lost track position, had to pit because of a penalty.
Yeah, I know it was a green white checker. I know if I got to jump on him, hit the marks, it'd be tough to do it in 2 laps.
Yep.
You really at this track, it's all about momentum. You have to set your run up, and as long as I guarded that inside line, he wasn't getting around me. So that's what happened.
Well, we'll tell you congratulations, buddy. I was super excited to see you do it. I about lost my voice calling across the line. Keith Mack and Jason, I know I talk a lot. Y'all can talk. It's all right.
Okay, all right. I gotta say something here. So, Scotty, I just want to say thank you to you. I picked you to win the race, and I was being bashed by these 2 all night long. So
that's not true at all. It's the furthest from the truth.
Right.
He was being bashed by his age. He wasn't being bashed because he picked you.
No, I was being bashed about my age, but still, it made me look good for something.
He didn't even know who
Jason knows what's up.
He didn't even know who Eminem was, bro.
Dude, I do know who Eminem is. See, here
in
we
all
go
seriousness, listen here, Scotty Stevens. Thank you for keeping $180 in the team funds. We'll send you like 40. We'll send you your money back at least for buying.
We'll send him $5.
He's at least send me half of it.
He's laughing.
Half of the team funds.
He's laughing now, but he's gonna be crying here in a little bit, guys. Whenever we hit stop streaming. In all seriousness, guys, thank y'all for the ones that stuck with us. We've had viewers this entire time. Without y'all, we would not be doing this. I promise you. We seriously would not keep doing this. So much work went into this. Y'all would have no idea. I've stressed all day about it. I'm happy it's over, and I'm happy to say my teammate, Scotty Stevens, won tonight's race. Summer Class 250, $180 richer. We had Keith Mack in the booth. He came up and helped us. Jason Raymond, you were a godsend. You volunteered this afternoon when you didn't have to. Thank you. From everybody else, from McConey Saddle Shop, MF Race Designs, The Butt Kicker, Raised Energy, Savage Edge, FB's Custom Button Box. You got freaking Bam's Racing Video. To every one of y'all for supporting Five Kings Motorsports. Thank you. We will continue doing what we're doing. We'll be back on track tomorrow for Blazing Pedals. Until then, thank you, and we will see you next time.